Biggie smiles. Biggie smiles.
Did you start recording? Because I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
You can't hear anything?
No.
Can't
Fuck with your input.
Oh, you
No.
know you're.
I'm turned down because of...
Yeah.
Turned down for what?
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Good.
Turned down for what?
All right.
What?
Steamed hands for what?
All right.
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
How's it going?
welcome to Dead Meme Gang.
I feel like we should talk about this weird root.
Yeah, so there's a root growing in through David's ceiling here in the basement.
It's like coming from outside, and it's like 4 feet long,
Like it
and it's
grew through the foundation of the house, and it's into the
it's
podcast
it's a
room.
solid 4-footer.
Yeah.
I would say
it's creeping me out.
Yeah, you need to-
that's about 3 meters and change there. So 1 meter and change.
Yeah.
Real talk. You should get rid of that because it
Yeah.
will legitimately fuck.
Well,
up
I know.
Yeah, get some
Every year I rip them off the house.
Good old-fashioned,
and then they come back.
Get some Molotov cocktails.
good old fashioned spray herbicide. You know.
I do want to know how it came through. It's like
It grew.
well, yeah, but like it just how it wormed its way from the outside into the basement. It's very impressive.
You'd be
Yeah,
surprised
you'd be amazed.
how versatile plants can be that way, getting where they feel like they need to go. This plant is a dumbass though because it tunneled 4 feet down into somewhere where there's no soil, no water, no nutrients,
yes, no light,
no
really,
light
most
yeah.
of the time.
Right.
The thing is, we're not in this room long
This
enough.
plant is a dumbass.
We're not in this room enough anymore to notice this.
Right.
Right.
That's the really
Plants
sad
are
thing.
resourceful, dude. Like, there's a plant in my neighborhood, started his own business.
Yeah.
That plant, Jeff Bezos.
He was a potato when I met him.
And now he's a rainforest, which is why his company is called Amazon.
Yes.
Right.
So anyway, speaking of being back in this room, we're here.
Hey, everybody.
We're doing the Dude Cast.
We sure are.
We sure are, guys. I love your dope mess
Thanks for
with
the
Texas mug, dude.
Thanks for the enthusiasm, guys.
Yeah. Sorry. Fucking exhausted all the time.
I'm sure I've probably mentioned this before, but "Don't mess with Texas" was originally an anti-litter slogan.
Oh, you know what? You probably have mentioned that.
Yeah,
That sounds familiar to me.
It was originally just like a
Stop throwing your McDonald's out the window, you fat fuck.
like a Reagan era crying Indian, that sort of
Yeah.
it was an anti-litter campaign.
So that was the original messing with Texas.
Don't mess with Texas.
Don't make a mess in Texas.
yeah, don't throw your fucking garbage out in my state.
I like it more as
Looking at you, Louisiana.
I like it more as it's currently interpreted.
Yeah.
Which is
don't fuck with us.
don't make me angry or I'll shoot you.
Or
to
I'm
death.
going to make a YouTube video in my truck.
Texas. Yeah, I got this in Texas.
Texas, just okay.
Texas loves Texas.
It sure does.
Yeah.
This is my experience of Texas. Is they're very proud to be in Texas.
But why?
Texas is all right. I like
Texas is all
Texas.
right. Yeah, Texas is all right.
It's interesting. It's very different.
All my exes live in Texas.
I know too. There are certain places like Austin. I know. Buddy of mine online, from what I've heard, sounds a lot like Youngstown. Sounds very artistic, cultural, liberal.
I liked Austin. I thought it was cool. I mean,
Houston's cool too. Texas is fun. It's a
Yeah.
cool state.
I enjoyed Austin. They had this cool video store there that Joe and I walked around in just looking. It's like a video rental store. So there was no sense in
Isn't
it.
that where you find that Costner video where he's leaning on the Twin Towers?
Yeah, it's like Kevin Costner is in a movie called The Big Squeeze.
That's right.
And he's getting Oreo sandwiched in between the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
I have this picture of Joe holding it and going covering his mouth with one hand oh my God. Kevin Costner being smushed between the Twin Towers.
That's my fetish. Has been ever since. You guys ever hear of September 11th, 2001?
No, I don't follow.
It was this tragedy, just a real tragedy.
Real tragedy.
Oh, it reminds me of that tragedy.
Reminds me of that tragedy.
I walked through.
Anyway,
Doing
so we're
someone else's bit.
Yep.
as we usually do.
Yeah, right.
But we're back here on the Three Dudes Show.
Hey, we sure are, buddy.
The date is August 7th of 2020.
How weird is that?
Guess which country still has coronavirus?
Yay.
We're 5 months into this shit.
I remember when they were okay, listen, your life is going to be disrupted for like 2 months. And I was like, no,
Yeah, right.
that can't be. Now it feels
Now it
like,
sure can.
It feels like it's never not been coronavirus time now.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
It's insane.
I know I'm going to be washing my hands more often, like when this is all over.
I'll tell you,
and
I'm
it
going to
is
stop washing my hands.
and it is when
I'm gonna stop bathing.
it's important to remember. It is when this is over, not if.
I'm going to create a brand
Yeah,
new.
it's gonna end at some point.
I'm going to create a brand new superbug with my filth. That's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to respond to this. Is I'm going to coronavirus doesn't scare me because I invented like super bacteria.
Now Milwaukee's best virus. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Milwaukee's best virus.
Their best
Their
virus.
best.
We come downstairs. You got like a big person-sized tube with like a floating mass of biomatter in there. He's
Yeah.
like. And you're like, would you believe this is a single-celled organism? I have grown this. I have nurtured this from my colon to that.
Its name is Franz.
The novel Franz.
The novel Franz.
The novel
virus.
Franz virus.
No one touch him. Hey,
Nerd.
help.
Stop. Carol Mary.
Like hobbles around on little crutches.
Ayúdame, por favor. Yo soy bacteria.
Franz. Oh yeah, the very Hispanic name Franz.
Yeah, right.
Well, you don't know. You don't
Whatever,
know. You don't
yeah.
know what language he would be
Right.
in culture. Well, it would probably be English.
I like the idea that I create a superbug named Franz that speaks Spanish. I like it.
Is bacteria Spanish for bacteria? It probably is.
Bacteria.
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 Bacteria. It probably is.
I'm going to infect you with my
Monsanto.
bacteria.
Ah, Mr. Monsanto.
¿Dónde está el baño?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about Spanish fire, the Spanish flu.
Yeah. The novel Spanish flu.
Yeah, I feel like I know that it's going to end someday, but it feels forever.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to take a lot longer than it oughta.
It's gonna take a couple years, bro. Get ready.
I think seriously can't deal with
I
it.
think if we could just maybe nuke Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay. Build a 200-meter wall around Ohio and then nuke Michigan.
Wait. So we encircle Ohio, then we nuke Michigan. We leave everyone else alone.
Yeah.
So we don't get the fallout. The weather's going to come down that way.
It's gonna sweep in.
Yeah. You don't want lake effect fallout.
No, you don't. But you definitely want to destroy the entire state
It's
of
going to be
Michigan.
bad side. That's going to wreak hell on your siding.
Yeah.
It's
It's the whole northwest
On
corner
the
of
bright
house.
side, it would kill your fucking
true.
vine problem.
yeah.
They will kill those.
Yeah.
The entire northwest corner is just smush.
Or it might grow into like a big muscular Arnold Schwarzenegger arm.
That's right. this big beefy arm.
It's just hanging there slamming on the wall like, feed me!
You go to
It's like giving the finger and
you go to chop
Give
it
me
down, and
Miracle Grow!
bashes you over the head and chops you back.
it's like curling iron.
It's like picks up one of those liquors on top of the shelf there and just like starts drenching itself in it. Starts growing hair.
I need scotch to survive. Yeah. I don't know. I think nuking Michigan seems like a good idea.
Well, fortunately for you, nuclear war probably isn't that far away. We're all going to die. And
God, could it get worse?
it could. Oh, it could.
Oh, it can always get
It can always get worse. In fact, we have an election coming up,
Oh my God.
so it could definitely get worse.
There's like so much dread in me
know.
about that, about the election.
I know. Tell me about it.
Well, we've already listed.
Aubrey's pantomiming hanging herself over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've already listed all the reasons why we're fucked. So how about we talk about why what things are going good for us
Okay.
this time around?
I guess we could be positive about things.
Sure.
Yeah, because everyone knows why we're fucked. There's nothing any of us can say that can beat nationwide pandemic.
Yeah.
Right.
And shitty election.
No, like I had a why we're fucked, but it's just pretentious bitching, so it's okay.
Well, go ahead and pretentiously bitch.
Okay, sleep studies are stupid because you can't actually sleep with all that shit they put on you.
I know. I've done 2 of them. They're terrible.
It's impossible. They're like, oh, and have a good night. They like strap like 16 fucking tubes to your body and this big robot mech thing.
So you did one.
I did one. I finally did one.
No shit.
Yeah.
Did you get some results?
Not yet. I just did it a couple days ago.
Yeah. No, they're impossible.
So yeah, they're it's fucking impossible. And they're like, all right, just and I said like beforehand, I'm like, oh, I don't really have trouble sleeping now because I started this new job.
Yeah.
And again, like I don't want to get like into too much specifics, but like it's a fucking exhausting job.
Right.
I also lost 30
He's a
pounds.
fighter pilot.
Yeah, right. I lost 30 pounds in like 2.5 weeks at this new job.
Professional Tetris player.
I don't want to say anything, but it's like it's a government job and it rhymes with snail man.
I think you mean Quail Man.
I'm Quail Man now. It rhymes with Snail Man because it is Snail Man. I'm a snail man.
Snail.
I gather snails for the government.
Yeah, but it's fucking exhausting. So I haven't had any trouble sleeping lately.
Yeah.
Except when they strap you full of shit and try and tell you to sleep.
So they stick like electrodes on your face,
Your
and
head, your legs.
You get little wads of the stuff in your hair.
Yep.
They put it all together in a big braided coil, and then you're supposed to sleep somehow, like
with the,
attached to it.
right. But you can't sleep on your side or on your stomach because
Right.
that'll fuck up the wires.
And these people must know too that
They know.
your sleep is disrupted whenever you try to sleep in an unfamiliar environment.
Yes.
That's why anytime you can't fall asleep in a hotel, it's not the bed, it's the fact that you're in an unfamiliar setting.
Correct.
Now they do try to make it like, okay, so it looks like a little hotel room.
It's comfortable.
Except that there's this
like,
creepy camera too.
yeah, like
There's
right
a
over
camera
the bed.
and you're hooked up to machines.
Yeah.
And you know that.
There's an infrared camera, so you see this ring of red dots staring at you.
yeah, no fun.
Yeah, not cool. Yeah, super not cool. And then like
You know they can hear all your farts.
exactly right. Yeah, so like if you're gassy, you go in there and they can hear every fart. And I was gassy, so
Yeah.
I felt really bad for that poor guy.
Yeah.
And then like the worst part is like just when you start falling asleep, this happened to me twice in the middle of my study. I knocked one of the little electrodes off my leg, so the dude had to come back in, lift up the blanket, stick it back. He's like, "Hey
sake.
man,
Release
really
your
sorry."
fart.
Yeah.
Just
Have a good night. He'll come back in and put it back, and it's like, well, fuck. Now I gotta fall back asleep. Spend another hour and a half.
And then they also got to hear your sleep talking where you're
Yep.
just like, oh yeah, crush me between your girders, twin towers.
oh yes, smash me up
Fucking exhausting. But no, like
Oh, I deserve it. I'm not a good enough patriot. Oh, I don't love America. I don't value my freedoms enough.
Oh, I kneeled for the national anthem. Oh, fuck, punish me.
Oh, I voted for Obama twice. Fucking punish me.
This is so gross.
I know.
We're gonna make people put that in their ear holes. Why are we like this? What a sadistic practice.
But no, I had to fucking do that, and then I had to go do my job. So like, it's fucking impossible to sleep through that bullshit. And then I have to go do my job where I'm like
On
Picking
your
up snails
hands
all
and
the
knees
time.
picking snails up.
all day long for like 9 hours a day.
For that
It's
top
fucking
secret
exhausting.
snail project the government's always working on.
That's right.
Yeah, Operation Shell.
Fucking exhausting. So it's just frustrating. But as far as like good stuff, I got my first fat stack paycheck. So
Fucking A, dude.
Paycheck.
yeah, it's pretty
Getting
good.
paid.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Everything about the job sucks except that paycheck. So.
That's, dude, I'll tell you what, it was about time for you to make some paper.
Yeah.
Your body's gonna get used to it. Too.
It is, yeah. My legs have gotten used to it. It's just my ankles, and like I said, I lost 30 pounds since I started.
Yeah, right.
Do you have proper arch support? That's
Yes, I did.
important.
I went out and bought like good shoes, and then
good.
I got really good insoles for them too.
Excellent.
Or at least they better be really good because I spent like a lot, like way too much money on insoles.
It's an investment
It
you
was,
need to make.
yeah, I needed to do it. It was necessary.
And walking that much, you can't fuck around.
Yeah.
You got to have the real equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been going good. I got my first fat paycheck,
And basically, all the snails you get above quota, you're allowed to eat.
I know, right? So there's that.
Yeah, like once you get the first 100 snails, that's for them.
Yep.
Everything else, that's bonus for you.
Yeah, bonus snails. They just taste like garlic butter.
Yeah, right. You just cook snails up in a little bit of garlic butter,
A little garlic
put
butter.
a little lemon pepper on top of that.
Yep,
Make a little snail salad.
I wonder what snails actually taste like.
garlic butter. If they're cooked right, they just taste like garlic butter.
You were serious?
If you cook them in garlic.
Yeah, that's if you're gonna prepare escargot, like
Yeah.
there's really no other way than with garlic butter. Like you'd have, yeah, they're salty. Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
But it's like it just tastes like what you cook it in. It's kind of like tofu.
Yeah, or like
okay.
mushrooms in a way, which is kind of like earthy and it'll take on a flavor. I have eaten escargot.
Yeah.
We used to for French club. We used to have escargot.
Yep.
It's kind of cool.
I've never been brave enough to try eating snails.
You know what? It's not that weird.
It's not that weird.
Yeah.
Yo, Lucian, you eat snails?
I honestly recommend it.
There's not
Early
much
recommendation.
I wouldn't eat. Yeah, there's like,
I don't want to eat brain.
yeah, I don't know if I'm into the brain.
Yeah, I don't
thing.
want to eat brain. It took me a long time to realize, like, hey, maybe that scene in Temple of Doom was actually a little racist. I don't think they actually eat monkey brains all that much in India.
I don't know I don't know how many monkey brains per capita are consumed around the world.
That's probably more of a French thing.
Eating brain?
Yeah,
Eating brain.
Yeah, French have a lot of really weird.
Well, you know what it is when you're a poor fucking serf in
You're gonna crack that
in
skull open.
feudal Europe. Yeah, you're gonna eat whatever the hell you can get your hands
That's
on.
right.
Get
Yeah,
that
right.
the gooey material inside the head.
Greece
yeah.
too. They eat a lot of like lamb brains and pig brains and things like
Yeah,
that.
I don't wanna
when
eat
it-
brains.
When you're
I don't think I do either.
when
or
the only-
eyes.
No, not eyes.
Not my thing.
when only the rich.
Yeah, that's why it's horrible.
Juicy.
I love roe.
Thumbs down.
Roe?
I like
Oh, yeah.
roe.
Oh yeah, rose good.
I like that.
I'm gonna get real good
eyes.
caviar next year.
Yeah.
Like, for like New Year's or Christmas or something. I'm gonna get caviar.
Any kind of sushi that's topped with like tobiko flying fish roe, real good, real tasty. It's really just like you can't even tell they're eggs. It's just like a little crunchy delight.
Put that on the tin. You can't even tell they're eggs. It's like,
Oops, we ruined it.
oops, all eggs. Yeah.
Anyway, Dave, what's going good in your life?
Well, I had my second week off this week. So
Okay.
I was off 2 weeks ago, basically, and then I went back to work. And now this week I was off all week, and it was okay. I did a lot of nothing. I did a little bit here and there. Cleaned around the house a bit. Christy and I ripped up that carpet, obviously.
Yeah.
That carpet was just jam-packed with shits over, like, the course of, like, weeks. And
just wet dog shits.
I mean, like, when we pulled that rug up, it was sticking to the floor.
Oh yeah,
It was horrible.
weeks worth of dog shit.
Yeah, and years worth of like spills and
Yeah.
stuff. And like the time we spilled, like, well, we spilled everything on that carpet. It was a complete mess.
Everything you say.
Everything.
Yeah, right. Just like an entire like a tub of melted butter all over.
Oh no!
Oh, gonna have to lick it up.
Oh, Christy, I spilled my capybara blood all over the.
The entire
Not the good capybara blood.
the entire pot of Kevin's special chili.
Yeah, no, like it's years worth of stains. So we got that done. Did some cleaning. Little things around the house. Mostly just watched Best of the Worst, played video games.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I really, really don't want to go back to work.
Yeah, I hear you.
I do not want to do it.
Tell me about it.
It went too fast.
It's a mood.
Tell me about it. I had 2 months and it went too fast.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
It's incredible.
It was so good. I was so depressed about like losing my job and like I was bummed out for like a week and then I was like, hey,
Yeah.
I could blow fat clouds and drink beer all day. This is awesome.
Yeah.
It was great.
I don't have to put pants on for days at a time.
It was excellent.
Yeah.
Making dinner every night. Oh,
It's the 1-2 combo of don't have work to do.
Yep.
can't go anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
You know,
I didn't mind making that sweet coronavirus unemployment pay.
God, wasn't it
But-
great?
that pisses me off actually because they let that lapse. So this week I got paid unemployment. I didn't get the coronavirus bonus, so I'm short like a bunch. You know,
Yeah.
I'm short a lot from my wages, which really pisses me off.
Well, rest assured that Ben and I spent it really well. We did a great job spending that money.
As you know,
I actually did an okay job saving mine.
Yeah, I have a bunch. Well, yeah, now I'm gonna have plenty. You know, like
You think we're getting another fat wad of cash from the government?
fuck no.
I think it might happen.
Yeah,
I think it's going to happen. It's just, as always, it's going to be a lot later than what the timetable suggests because nobody can agree on anything.
It's already in limbo again.
Congress is ineffective.
The stink of Mitch McConnell all over it.
Yeah.
Did I tell you one time I swore I saw Mitch McConnell at a fish concert?
You did actually.
It's been a really long time. This guy like walked by and he looked just just like Mitch McConnell.
He's got like a backwards cap, tie-dye shirt,
He's really funny looking.
the round John Lennon glasses.
eating 2 tabs of ass.
I know it wasn't him, but it really felt like it was Mitch
That's
McConnell.
really fucking funny.
But yeah, no, that's I guess it was great to be off work. It kind of sucks to go back to work. I don't know. I mean, it's also like because everybody is having to have 2 weeks off, like a week in Q3 and a week in Q4.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be all fucky. Like there'll be things you won't be able to do for a whole week because the person who handles that is gone.
Yeah.
So it's going to be ridiculously disruptive. I don't know.
Well, that's the point. There'll be, if you can't do something until the other person does their thing, you get to just sit there and fucking watch Netflix until it happens.
Twiddle my thumbs. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We'll see how that all goes.
Enjoy it while you have it, man. It's it's a good it was a good thing. I was able to actually enjoy my time with my wife. Yeah, it was really helpful.
Yeah.
To get that little vacation, and
You don't get a lot of those in your lifetime.
No,
you will be working pretty consistently with any luck.
well, and it made me realize like how much I'm gonna love retirement.
Yeah.
Which is good considering the job I got because I'll be able to retire really early, like earlier than everybody else. So fuck you guys.
Fuck you.
Fuck both you.
And
fuck you.
And fuck Best Buy.
Fuck yeah.
They unknowingly put you into a better job.
That's right.
Yeah.
And fuck everybody else. He's got to like.
You gotta call them. Let them know.
Go in there. Hey, fuck you guys. You fucking. Nah, that's all right.
Hey, how's it
honestly,
going? Fuck you.
Honestly, I've the one sucky thing is I fucking miss everybody.
Yeah.
So badly. I miss all my friends there.
You don't even really work with people most of the time.
No, you know what? I see.
You'll be by yourself most of the
I see everybody in the office, and everybody. My office is great. My supervisors are great. The people I work with are great.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I see them for 25 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the morning, and for 10 minutes at the end of the day when I come back to the station. And that's it. And then I go home.
Go home with a pocket full of snails.
That's right. Rally around the family with a pocket full of snails.
Good news, honey. We're having snails for dinner.
Snails again now. I miss the environment. I miss walking around talking with. It was like half of that job is just talking with your buddies all day and
Working at Best Buy.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great. But
Yeah,
whatever.
But also everything
fuck it.
else.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing was I just wasn't making enough money. So
Yeah, right. And make some paper, dude.
yeah. Well, and then when I got out and looked at similar jobs and was doing interviews for a bunch of places to find out how much better you can get paid doing the exact same thing somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly how bad Best Buy was screwing you.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was through no fault of anybody there. That was just a company thing.
Yeah.
Got working at Aldi, man. They
Aldi starts you off
at 15 an hour.
right.
Yeah, right.
They're serious.
What you might call a living wage.
Yes.
What a concept.
It's actually 17 something an hour now.
Oh, okay.
It was 15. I actually did an interview for Aldi years ago when I was still at Mark's. But I was stoned all the time then. So there was I did the interview and I'm like, I got out of the interview. I'm like, this fucking lady's not going to hire me. There was no way. So yeah, because they're serious. They're actually like a legit operation. It's not a job you can show up and be stoned at because you actually have to work.
That's that German efficiency, man.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, you know, what, like 4 people keep that place rolling at all times, you know? And just like you never see anyone leaning.
Nope.
You know? It's definitely a hard job.
The checkout somehow is faster than anywhere else, despite us regularly coming out of there with like twice or 3 times.
What's that?
They get paid for how fast they go.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So there's an incentive. That's brilliant. An incentive system.
German efficiency, man.
Just make people care.
We'll go out of there with like 2-3 times the groceries that we would have gotten in a Sparkle, and it takes us half the time to get checked out.
And it's half the cost.
Yeah, right. Well, you know, it's little things like making you bag your own groceries.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah,
sure.
saves so much time.
Because you just chuck it all over the belt as fast as possible, and you're done.
Yeah.
You know, and then if you want to stick around and bag your groceries, that's on you.
That's the one cool thing about my job is like I have to work. I don't have to, but you like you do. I end up working so fast that your day just it flies by. It could, like you'll look at the clock and it'll be 4 before you know it, and then it's like, oh shit, how much time do I have left? And I like to work real fast and like get done real early. So like if they send me back out, I can. I have plenty of time to get done what they need me to get done. I haven't actually a couple days ago, like you get 2 10s and a 30.
Oh, that's.
I don't really take them. I just fucking work through that shit. I just fucking power through.
But if you want them, they're there.
If you want them, they're there. Yeah,
Right.
you get to take them. Yeah.
Hey, what do you do about pee?
I don't have to.
What?
It's okay. So here's
Sweat it all out.
Sweat
you
it all
must.
out. It's been 90 fucking degrees outside.
Oh.
So like I drink a gallon and a half of water every day.
Yeah.
And it's so weird to drink that much water and then not have to pee.
But in the wintertime, you're going to have
I'm gonna have to pee. I had to pee
Where are
one
you
time.
gonna pee?
You go to a business or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess you could probably pee in the truck.
Yeah, you can't. And a lot of people do.
Yeah, you got a little Gatorade bottle full of pee.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yep. Gas stations or whatever. But like, yeah, you kind of just deal with it.
Hanging dong in the truck, man.
Yep.
Don't mind me, just hanging dong.
No big deal. Just hanging dong.
Everyone out of my way. I'm hanging dong over here.
I was a little nervous because the first week was like really rough. You beat your body up, but you start getting used to it. I was having dreams about sorting mail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be like a Tetris effect sort of thing.
Yeah. It's
like a real organized, structured.
I hate work dreams like that, where
God,
you just like you wake up exhausted.
Yeah, because it's like, oh my God, please. Like I need to rest my mind from this shit.
Dude,
But you get used to it real quick.
I
so.
still have college dreams. I have dreams where I'll be around campus and I'll realize, oh shit, don't I have a class right now? And I look at my schedule and I realize like I've missed like 4 weeks of classes in this
I have
one
dreams
thing.
like that too.
And I'm like, oh shit, well I'm gonna fail. Is it too late to withdraw? Why the fuck do I have these dreams? I haven't been in college for fucking 8 years.
Dude, I have recurring dreams where I'll be like my age now, but I need to go back and retake my senior year of high school for some reason.
Oh, we fucked up, and you have to do senior year again.
I have to Rodney Dangerfield my way through senior year of high school.
Adam
again.
Sandler your way through.
Right, exactly. I just fucking like, and like I don't know where my classes are. I don't know my locker combination. I didn't
The
buy
locker
anything.
combination.
Yeah.
I have that dream a lot where I'm like
it's fucking
spinning the
weird.
dial, and I'm like, oh
Fuck.
shit.
Then I got to go to the office and get. It's the same dream. It's like a recurring thing where I have to go to the office and get all my shit,
That's
and then
so
I'm late
fucking
for
weird.
class, and it's like, stupid.
Yeah.
Hey Ben, why is your life great?
Yeah, right.
Well, I wouldn't say it's great, but one bright spot at least is
The sun.
Boo.
I know. Sorry, I'm so fucking tired.
Shut up. Shut up.
one bright spot at least is
Oh my god, that's too sad. I feel that in here somewhere. It's just like,
fuck.
you had something
You sure
prepared, right?
I thought I did. Did I talk about last time how I started getting into Street Fighter? There was a great community that has been.
You did.
Because that's been good. Oh no.
It's too real. You're not fucking around, are you?
I'm
Still.
Jesus.
That's like way too real.
Baby, what's been good in my life lately?
You guys are getting married.
We are getting married.
You're getting married
Next year.
next year.
Next year.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so we
Oh my god. Sorry, that just tickles the hell out of me.
oh, I got paid today and it's the weekend, so there's
There you
that.
go. Hey, good job.
That's like
We got
anything.
there. Sure.
Yeah, just God.
That is so funny. I mean, like, there's like a really tragic lining to that.
Oh shit.
That is just too real.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's the fucking state of the world. Sorry, like we're. I don't think any of us are like super excited, except you.
Yeah.
You're there. Dave and I are like,
Well,
Right.
well, I mean, it's good. It's good to be here again. It's good to be doing the Dude Cast again.
yes, it is.
Yes.
It feels really good to do.
I was looking forward to this since Chris brought it up yesterday.
Sure.
And yeah, no, it's been good to get in here.
Sitting around laughing with people is like the only
Very
only thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And no, no, honestly, when I really think about it, I've been getting in on some, I guess, some simple joys. Like I said in the group chat, the past 2 days haven't been great. But this week I tried. This is so minor as to be inconsequential, but I tried rallies for the first time.
Oh, rallies is fucking good, dude.
They are. I got hot wings for lunch.
Yeah.
They're angry buffalo sauce, and it's pretty decently spicy. I was pleased.
I like rallies.
What's good in my life? I hate
Hey,
rallies.
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 Rallies is like poor man's Sonic.
No, and honestly, the Street Fighter thing has been pretty enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
As frustrating as it can be sometimes, but I mean, you know me, glutton
Yeah.
for punishment.
You definitely like when you decide to get good at something, you dig in and you will spend a lot of time at it.
Yeah, or at least halfway decent. I can win my fair share of matches at rookie rank, but it's just the like other people's bullshit, like these gimmicks that they can do, where it's like you know keep jumping back and forth over me, and I'm still, my reaction time is still shit.
Yeah.
But no, I've been getting into a couple of games lately and sinking my teeth into those.
That's good.
One of which is going to be my recommendation for today. Yeah, just been I don't know. I've kind of been enjoying just being in the house. You know, Aubrey and I spend a lot of time out on the porch here and there.
Yeah, right.
We've been getting into our downstairs neighbors a bit. And it's nice just kind of chilling and enjoying nature without necessarily feeling like we have to go somewhere or do something.
Yeah, you don't.
I mean, we would like to for sure, but you know, I think there's a lot of I don't know. I feel like we are adapting better than some other people in this country.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's encouraging.
Like accepting reality is one big advantage. You
Yeah.
know, if you could just like accept that this is how things are.
Yeah, I think we can come out of this with the confident knowledge that, you know, we lived through a global pandemic as adults.
Yeah.
And remained functional and autonomous, and I think that's
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right. You guys are automatons, right?
Yeah, no, I think that the necessity of being inventive with ways to spend your time during this thing has kind of taught us a lot.
Yeah.
But that being said, I miss bowling a lot.
Yeah.
I miss going.
We spent
Anywhere.
all this money for our fucking bowling balls, and now we can't fucking use them.
Yeah, right.
You know what I miss? I was just talking. We were talking about this the other day. I miss beer out of a tap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cold beer, like a tall, cold beer out of the
Like
tap.
the Sam Adams cherry wheat.
Oh, with the cherry.
Even
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
cherry
even something
in it.
shitty like a Labatt.
Yeah.
Just a very tall, cold,
Shitty.
Pilsner. Just something.
Yeah. I miss bar time, man. I really do.
I'm okay. I've only done it once since all this shit happened. I'm okay with going somewhere if it's not packed. The problem is everywhere is packed because people are like testing what they can do, and I don't want to do that. Like,
Right.
we went out with my. Sorry.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Did you throw up?
No, I'm definitely good. We went out with my in-laws and we went to this place that was like it was basically empty, and we just got we got drinks from the bar and ate a bunch of bar food, and it was so good to do that.
Yeah.
And then now, I pulled up to pick up B-dubs the other night, and it's fucking packed, and it's like I don't want to,
that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I did the other day?
You know, it's the B-dubs in Austin town,
Yeah,
right? That's why it's all the hill jacks from
packed.
out to the west.
and then Dad and I
out towards Lake Milton.
we've gone out once to go get breakfast after golf, but it's it's never busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're 30 feet away from the next person who's there. And it's
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't go sit next to someone at a bar and
no.
drink like I normally would.
No, you can't just shoot the shit with someone at the corner of a bar
Right.
like you could before this.
That sucks, dude, because I was real good at that.
The other day, I went to a Chinese buffet alone, and I sat there
I've
and
done
ate
that before.
by myself,
Yep.
and I felt like a real fucking loser for some reason.
dude,
No, God, no.
No, I go see movies by myself and all.
It just felt weird, and also it's the one in Boardman, the one.
The one.
Yeah.
The one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what
I've gone there before for lunch when our office was still in Boardman, and it's really good.
It is really good. It's weird now. Of course they make you wear a mask in there, which makes sense. But they also give you a temperature check when you walk in, and then they make you wear plastic gloves when you go to the buffet. So you got to put these little gloves on.
I'm sure there's dipshits that pick up buffet food with their bare hands.
yeah.
And if there's anything this whole experience has taught me, it's that people are fucking stupid when it comes to hygiene.
Yeah.
Man, can we go back to Shoney's one day?
God, we should go to Shoney's
the
one day.
Magic of the Shoney's breakfast buffet.
Oh God,
The
Shoney's is
transition
so
into the
good.
lunch buffet.
That was magical. We began and ended the trip with Shoney's.
Early recommendation: go to Shoney's.
It's not even that far.
It's like good Denny's.
It's like an hour
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, it's a friendlier Denny's. You don't feel ashamed to eat there.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a little ashamed, but it's it's there for truckers. It's
Yeah.
a side of the highway kind of thing.
Yeah.
Everybody was friendly. You can get a little stuffed bear at the door. It's awesome.
Right.
And I did.
It's
more spacious than a Denny's.
It is more
also.
spacious than a Denny's.
Important to note. Yeah, I never felt crowded at that buffet.
Yeah.
This is the whitest conversation we've ever had.
It was so good. I love Shoney's. I love shit like that.
the joy of Shoney's.
Did I ever tell you guys about the time?
Never left his Shoney's.
Did I ever tell you guys about the time I took my ex to the TA truckers station for Valentine's Day?
I remember that.
I do not think
She was mad at me because I didn't book reservations because I'm not a Valentine's Day person.
Yeah.
And I got her something simple, and she was pissed that I didn't book dinner at some restaurant, and I was broke at the time. So I was like, all right, I'll take you out. And I took her to the truck stop.
The TA.
I took her to the truck stop for breakfast at 10 o'clock at night. And she was so pissed. And I was like, oh my God, this is delicious. And I came back over, and the waiter came over, and he's like, would you like to reorder? And I'm like, nah, man, I got about as much money, through as I need. I don't really have enough to reorder. He's like, no, it's free. You can make you another
free.
You can make another plate, and they'll make it to you for what you paid for the first one. And I said, I can. He's like, yeah.
Yes.
I said, bring me everything again.
do it again.
And I looked across the table at her. I'm like, oh, this is a great evening. She was so fucking pissed at me.
Yes, a romantic Valentine's dinner at the truck stop.
She was. I know she was really pissed because the next year I was dating my wife.
My
wife, and I posted on Facebook that we made a steak dinner together, which is something that Trisha and I have done every year that we've been together for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that only cost you $20 at the grocery store.
Right, exactly. And she posted some snotty status about like, when your ex makes his new girl steak dinner for Valentine's Day, but he took you to a truck stop. Like, well, it's because you were acting like a bitch the whole night. You're like mad at me for like something I was broke. I'm sorry.
It's there are reasons people treat people differently because people are different people.
I thought that was good. I was like, oh, this is perfect. It was like one of those like, I'm not going to tell you, but fuck you.
Now the real question is, did you finish it off with their signature dessert, the amphetamine cheesecake?
No, I didn't know they had cheesecake. I'm gonna get it the next time. I fucking love
cheesecake.
I love truck stops because those.
Well, how the hell else are you gonna stay up for 12 hours?
Yeah.
It's a cheesecake with like 100 stacker pills ground up in it.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Ephedra.
I love truck stops because you pay like dirt prices for a shitload of food and it's always good.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing is if you're always on the road, you want a place where you can get a good meal for the right price.
Covered in butter and grease. And
Yeah.
Oh, fucking, it's incredible.
Drowned in maple syrup.
Listen to Bob Seger all night.
That's right. That sounds awesome to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
No, that sounds great.
It does sound pretty good.
Beautiful loser.
I would rather be around people other than truckers.
Yeah,
but,
right.
You know.
Here's another
When
thing.
you gonna fall?
Here's another thing. These restaurants don't make you say the phrase "moons over Miami."
fuck that. Or like, can I have the Rudy Tooty fresh and
Fuck you.
Yeah, no.
Fuck you. I'm not saying that. Name it something else.
Name it something else.
Name it something a normal person would call this.
I refuse to say Rudy Tooty. Fresh and fruity in a restaurant in public.
Call 1-800-FRUIT, everybody.
just like straighten my tie. Oh yes, I will have your recommended special, the Moons Over Miami.
I always, whenever I see something like that I want, I'm one of those people. I order like at a restaurant, like a 5-year-old. I'll like hold up the menu.
Give me this.
I want this one.
I want this one, and I refuse to say it.
Yeah. I even like at nicer places, I'll go like, yeah, can I get that? And can I get that too?
Even at nicer places?
Yeah, I'm a fucking weirdo. I always try and like make the waiter feel comfortable because usually I don't have my pants on, and it's like weird for some people. No, I'm sorry.
Typically, in a standard scenario.
I'm also one of those weirdos who likes to color. Like when I go to Perkins, I'll take the crayons.
Oh, how could you not?
Yeah, right.
Do they have crayons out on every table?
Well, they used to have them out on every table. Now you got to ask for them or just grab them.
Okay, I'm 32 years old. I'm not asking for some fucking crayons, but if they put them there,
Yeah.
sure.
Oh no, I asked for them.
I'm like, can I get your crayons?
I'm like, cool. Can we get a booth and can I get one of those kids menus in like a pack with all the crayons? I want to make sure I get every color. Sure, you can. Great.
Awesome.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna take a break.
Let's do that.
And we'll come back. Sadly, I don't have a buyer beware prepared.
That's okay.
That's all right.
Oh,
But you have a topic at least?
I do have a topic.
All right.
I expect it's going to be a weird one.
I do have 1,000 who said it best if you guys want to do one of those.
Hey,
do you have bonus ones?
Yeah,
I have
I
tons.
wouldn't mind.
Oh, really? You want to do one?
We could do one.
Let's
do it.
Okay, well, yeah,
Sure.
I'll pull up a who said it best.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
We'll do a, yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a break. We'll come back with Who Said It Best.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Welcome to the Three Dude Podcast. Hey. Yeah.
You can find us at 3dudecast.com.
If you're wondering whether that's spelled with the numeral 3 or the word 3, the answer is yes.
We're so proud of ourselves.
We're so clever. We're such clever boys.
Wow. We've switched hosting to Podbean. You can still find us on iTunes and Google Play. So give us a like.
Yeah, give us a like, give us a listen, give us a review somewhere.
Give us a sandwich.
Give us a high five.
Give us sponsorships.
Please give us a hug.
Give us that money.
That's a long intro.
Yeah.
It's 44-minute opener.
It's because we haven't done this for like a month.
Yeah, right.
It was also because I didn't think we'd have a a game. But
but we do. Yeah,
Chris has saved the day here. So
like I said, I spent a lot of time coming up with a bunch of these Who Said It Best, and that's what we're gonna play right now.
All right.
excellent.
The game where nobody wins.
The game of games. You guys know what time it is? Are you ready? Ready?
Yeah, all right.
God. Yes. Glitch waltz, my favorite genre.
It's time for Who Said It Best.
That song is so stupid. Oh my god, it's broken as hell.
Who Said It Best is a game, a wonderful game,
It's the Omega virus taking over that track.
where I will read you both a quote, and it is up to you to determine from the 5 options I give you, 5, not 4,
Yeah.
5 options I give you, who said the quote best.
What's the score again?
The score right now, as it stands, is Chris with 4 points, Dave with 2, and Ben with 0. But that might change today.
420?
I hit the button to turn my phone screen off, and because I wasn't holding onto it with my other fingers, my thumb launched.
Oh, shit.
So anywho,
We're back.
So 420.
Yes.
Blaze it.
Blaze it.
yeah.
So, I will read you the quote. It is up to you to determine of the 5 names I give you. Could be a real person, could be a character, could be a cartoon, could be an AI. I don't know.
Ursula Andress.
It is up to you to determine of those 5 names I give you, who said it best.
Okay.
4 is good, 5 is better.
5 is harder.
5 is harder. Do
you
which is
remember-
why it's better?
Do you remember the terror you used to feel in multiple choice tests when there would be an E option?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it throws your whole worldview into question?
Yep. That's exactly why I did this.
Your entire
So-
worldview.
The answer is always B, but what if there's an E?
Boom.
Quote number 1.
All right.
The quote is, "Why can't I be funny with just my words? Bill Maher doesn't put dangerous things near his crotch, except when he's off work." Is that A, late night funny man Stephen Colbert? Is that B, drunken cartoon funny man Peter Griffin from Family Guy? Is that C, comedian Daniel Tosh? Is that D, Krusty the Clown from The Simpsons? Or is that E, Bill Maher himself?
Wow. What?
Why does E shouldn't exist? E should.
I don't like E.
It's like in Futurama when Bender has a nightmare and he dreams of a 2.
Yeah.
And Fry has to console him and says, "It's okay, Bender. There's no such thing as 2."
That's funny.
Okay, so it was what were the choice? What was the quote again?
The quote was, "Why can't I be funny with just my words? Bill Maher doesn't put dangerous things near his crotch, except when he's off work." Your options were A, Stephen Colbert, B, Peter Griffin from Family Guy, C, Daniel Tosh, D, Krusty the Clown from The Simpsons, or E, Bill Maher himself.
Oh my god. I have a guess.
What's your guess?
I think it's Krusty the Clown.
I was gravitating towards that too. But in the interest of of broadening our chances of being correct,
I know, that's why I picked 5 instead of 4.
I want to
Mathematically, we're unlikely to win.
I want to say Peter Griffin.
Okay.
Do you think it could be?
Can I ask you what your reasons are?
This sounds like an animated sitcom joke. If it wasn't that, I was really, really expecting an alumnus from Jackass to come up in these choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's Bill Maher himself, although the option is very tempting because it's
self-deprecating. It's because of the accept after work thing.
Yeah.
Like he could be saying those things as though he were someone else.
Right.
This is why I love this game, because
Right.
I like to hear people hash this out.
But contextually, I don't think it makes sense
No,
for him to even to be after, because he just said I just don't think the joke works. So I don't think it's him.
We both have the same thought process, which is that this sounds like a pop culture reference joke. It could be either The Simpsons or Family Guy. So I'm going to say Peter Griffin if you want to say Krusty the Clown.
Yeah, I really feel like it's Krusty the Clown.
Okay.
I don't think it's Stephen Colbert.
Nah, because he's funny with just his words.
He is expressly funny with just his words. He's not a stunt guy. He doesn't, Now, Daniel Tosh, on the other hand, is a person who I think it could very easily be. And he also runs a show around news and current events-y type things.
Well, yeah, but he also doesn't routinely put dangerous things near his crotch.
I don't know that... He only has to do it once for that joke to work.
I'm still leaning towards
Tosh.
I'm still leaning towards either Peter Griffin or Krusty the Clown.
All right, I'm going Tosh. I've talked myself out of it. Yeah,
You're going Tosh?
I'm going Tosh.
And you're going Peter Griffin?
What was the quote again?
The quote was, "Why can't I be funny with just my words? Bill Maher doesn't put dangerous things near his crotch, except when he's off work."
I'm going with Peter Griffin. I feel like Seth MacFarlane's like.
But why would Peter Griffin want to be funny? That's not his character.
Sure it is.
Sure it is.
Just
Peter Griffin on the show isn't interested in making anyone laugh.
Have you watched Family Guy?
No, yeah, I mean, like, as a character.
diarrhea.
Well, maybe I guess so. I just don't think
Peter is your stereotypical sitcom protagonist. When he smells an opportunity, he's willing to pursue it to its absolute most hilarious, quote unquote, ends to see it work before he realizes a valuable lesson or not.
I can't see him saying it.
I have to ask you guys to lock in your final answers.
I'm going Tosh.
I'm going Peter Griffin.
So,
Pika de Griffin was going to the store.
we will start.
We saw there? Get Zangy from Street Fighter, remember?
Dave, we will. Yeah, right. Dave, we will start with you. When you said that it was Daniel Tosh who said, "Why can't I be funny with just my words? Bill Maher doesn't put dangerous things near his crotch except when he's off work," you were incorrect.
You fucking asshole.
It was not Daniel Tosh. Ben,
Yes.
when you said that Peter Griffin said, "Why can't I be funny with just my words? Bill Maher doesn't put dangerous things near his crotch except when he's off work," you were also incorrect.
It was Krusty, wasn't it?
It was Krusty the Clown.
We were on the right track.
We were.
Pop culture,
You were.
cartoon sitcom reference.
You were definitely on the
to
right
appeal to the general masses.
General masses.
General masses. I'm okay. I'm still happy that I stuck to my decision.
So,
Unlike some of us.
I hate you.
a little aside about this quote. Taken from the Mad Men parody episode, "The Man in the Blue Flannel Pants," in which Homer becomes Mr. Burns' account man. Krusty has a spring-loaded seltzer bottle stuffed out his tuxedo pants before a live show at the beginning of the episode. Sorry. My favorite part about this is when I get to read a little bit about the quote afterwards, and you both look at me angry.
I legitimately hate you right now.
All right.
Can we do one more?
Oh, we absolutely can.
I want a redemption round.
Yeah, I like doing two because it just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun to have two of them in one
Yeah.
episode. So.
Also this would have been going on longer if I'd actually had a buyer beware prepared.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't know.
You would be amazed how many insane reviews are not on Amazon. Like, not as much as you would expect.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. One of the ones I was looking for, and I'm gonna put this out there because I couldn't find anything like worth a laugh on there.
Yeah.
Because the 1-star reviews were exactly what you would expect. I was looking up flex tape. And
Okay.
And all of the reviews are pretty much the same thing. It doesn't work underwater. It doesn't work on wet surfaces. The TV guy lied.
TV guy lied to me.
The shouty guy on the TV he lied to us. He lied to us all.
So how about this? How about I give you guys a choice for this quote?
Okay.
Would you like the farty quote or would you like the smoky quote?
Farty.
You want to go farty?
Yeah.
I'm going farty.
So, okay, that's good because that will keep with a theme here. The quote is, "My guilty pleasure is smelling my farts." Was that A?
Is the whole quote?
That's the whole quote. My guilty pleasure is smelling my farts. Was that A, writer-director John Waters? Was that B, comedian and actor Seth Rogen? Was that C, fat bastard? D, Cardi B? Or E, Meg Griffin, also from Family Guy?
I'm going immediately with Seth Rogen.
I think so. I feel like John Waters is weird enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's.
Go ahead. As long as one of us has the Seth Rogen base covered, you're free to do whatever your second option would be.
Yeah, Seth Rogen definitely
Go
has
ahead.
to be chosen here.
Play shortstop for this one. I want to see where you go.
Okay, I don't think it's Meg Griffin. It better fucking not be.
So eliminating Meg Griffin, the other choices are Cardi B, John Waters, and
Yeah, I don't think Cardi B would say
Fat Bastard.
I don't remember.
No, I don't think it's Fat Bastard.
I don't think so either.
So you have John Waters and Cardi B.
I really don't think it's Cardi B.
I mean, it's weird enough for that to be.
It feels like a John Waters thing.
I love doing this for you guys. I really do.
John Waters' whole thing is just,
We're saying either John Waters or Seth Rogen.
yeah, I think it's got to be one of the two.
You got John Waters, I got Seth Rogen.
Are those your final answers?
I think they are.
Yes.
Okay. So I will remind the audience of the quote, which is, my guilty pleasure is smelling my farts. Ben,
Yes.
when you said that Seth Rogen said that, you were incorrect.
Fucking.
You're never going to do a correct answer for the first pick.
I will. You guys
did it
keep
once.
saying that.
He did
you
it
guys
once.
keep saying that.
Did he?
I will absolutely
Last
do that.
episode, he did it.
Okay.
Dave, when you said that the quote, my guilty pleasure is smelling my farts,
He's laughing,
was
so I
John
didn't
Waters.
get it. He's enjoying himself.
you were incorrect.
Damn it. If it was Cardi B, I swear to God.
The answer was D, Cardi B.
Are you fucking serious?
Cardi B, who started out as a youngin, she was a member of the Bloods, and got out.
Just shut up.
And got out of the gang lifestyle. In her teenage years, at age 19, she became a stripper. She also said later, after she became famous through social media,
Not through stripping somehow.
that becoming a stripper was positive for her life in many ways. She stated that becoming a stripper in order to escape poverty and domestic violence, having had been in an abusive relationship after being kicked out of her mother's house, stripping was her only way to earn money and escape a dire situation and help her get an education.
She was a blood, you said?
Yes. Yeah.
Jesus.
At age 16, she got out of that lifestyle, got herself an education, and became a social media darling, and then released a best-selling album in 2018, which actually, you know what? Make fun of me if you want. It isn't that bad.
I actually had no idea Cardi B was that real.
Yeah, she is. And she's really funny. You should listen to one of her interviews. She's actually fucking hilarious. But yes, it was Cardi B. That brings the official tally of who said it best to 6 points for Chris, 2 points for Dave, and 0 for Ben.
0 for me, man. Shit, I'm too easily fooled by these. I gotta go with the wackadoodle option more often.
I'm telling you, I gotta tell you guys, I have so much fucking fun coming up with these.
Oh, I bet.
It's like, I'm so happy I finally have a game that I like to play.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Yeah. I have a lot more of these too, so anytime you guys want to play.
I'm just
Nito
stunned.
Bandito.
I'm stunned.
You okay? You look
Nobody
angry.
ever wins.
You won twice.
You
true, I
have
did.
won twice.
You have won twice.
Ben never wins. Slam never.
You'll get there.
Captain Slam never wins.
You'll get there.
Oh my god, it's infuriating.
So, to move off of this into the topic, I have been playing, and this is sort of a mini recommendation because I have a totally different recommendation. I've been playing a bit of Subnautica lately.
Yes.
You might have seen me on that game all evening yesterday on Steam.
Oh, okay.
But I've been playing Subnautica. I've had it for a while, but now only now I'm like really starting to like see the light at the end of the tunnel, like figuring out how to actually beat Subnautica. Well, it got me thinking that we haven't talked about the ocean.
We have not
on this show.
We haven't.
All of its wonders, its mysteries, its fucking terrifying things that live at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I went to look because like it takes some effort. So like the very first vehicle you get in Subnautica. So like when you go below 100 meters, your oxygen efficiency decreases. You need a rebreather to recycle some of your CO2. 200 meters is the maximum depth of your one-person vehicle without upgrades.
Okay.
I now have a submarine that can go to 500 meters.
Okay.
And that is only about 1/3 of the depth of the deepest known structure that I've found a clue about. So I got to get depth upgrades. I got to go like beyond 1,000 meters.
Okay.
So if you try to exceed a vehicle's max depth, it starts taking structural damage because you're at crush depth.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I was curious. I looked it up. The Challenger Deep is that is the deepest point of Earth's hydrosphere.
I'm looking at it now.
Earth's seabed hydrosphere. It's like what, almost 11,000 meters, right?
Oh my God.
10,927.
Yeah, so just shy of 11,000 meters below sea level.
That's crazy.
And we've explored that. We have sent drones down there.
We sent James Cameron down there, actually, believe it or not.
No. James Cameron explored the wreck of the Titanic.
No, he did an IMAX movie a couple years back about the deepest part of the ocean, and he was in a submersible at the very lowest point.
The Challenger Deep. Yes.
No shit.
Yep.
And I didn't recognize this when I first heard it, which was in Half-Life when you're about to fight that swimming creature, and you get the crossbow and the shark cage falls in the water, and so you're like, okay, I got to use the crossbow to shoot it.
Yeah.
But the scientist, before you climb out on the crane, he says they said it was hauled from the Challenger Deep. But I'm convinced that creature never swam in terrestrial waters until no more than a week ago. And I had no idea at the time, because I was a teenager. I had no idea what the Challenger Deep was. But it's in the Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
It's in the Marinara Trench, and it's
It's the actual deepest part that we found. Right?
yeah. It is the deepest known part of the seabed hydrosphere.
I am so excited for this topic.
which is the part of the Earth that is covered in water.
I'm a nerd for this kind of shit.
Yeah.
So.
The ocean is really interesting.
The ocean is tremendously
and
interesting.
terrifying.
Yes.
When I was young, I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before, like on some episode or another, about like what we wanted to do when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted to be a marine biologist.
Yep, I did too.
Hooah.
A marine.
A marine biologist.
Hoorah.
Yeah.
Oh man, one of my clients for Halloween once dressed up as a volcanologist, a volcano scientist.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I thought that was the most creative shit in the world.
That is so cool.
Like who would think of that? She had like a clipboard. She had a hard hat with like a heat warning thing on it, and
that's really cool, actually.
like it was a cool
It's
costume.
a legit costume.
Yeah.
So, one of my favorite things about the ocean that I didn't know until recently, but they did an episode of Blue Planet 2.
Blue Planet 2.
Where they were showing like these eels underwater that like
I remember this.
there's because of how density works down there can be pools of other shit in the water.
Right.
So like really
like
really
Goo Lagoon from SpongeBob.
yeah, so like highly like saline solution
Super dense water with a lot of salt content.
can
in it.
form its own pool inside the like underwater, and so it looks like a little lake in there. And
Yeah.
they were showing these eels that like go in to try to catch fish, and then they immediately like freak out.
They get salt poisoning.
Yeah, they
Yes.
can actually get poisoned and die. Going into something they can't breathe in the
so
water.
a dense, super dense water pool under the water, like way under the water.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I mean, I guess it like makes sense. You know, the things of different densities, form. Like they don't necessarily all homogenize.
Yeah, not all water occurs naturally in the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's important to start at the beginning here, like when
The beginning of the ocean.
Yeah, when we talk,
man,
really the beginning of life in general, because it's thought that everything that you see living today came from one of the deepest parts of the ocean, basically from the volcanic.
Here we have these like jets of like
Yeah.
methane and CO2
Yeah.
and like crazy superheated solutions.
Yeah, where life actually exists, like
Yeah.
tiny little, God, I'm gonna just say shrimp because I'm an idiot.
like protozoa.
Protozoa and worms and things like that actually live under these superheated temperatures.
There are
Right.
bacteria that like respirate methane.
Not even just bacteria, but like real, honest to God, like floating organisms like shrimp, worms,
Oh,
things
yeah,
like
plankton.
that.
Scramps.
Plankton, yeah. So when they say primordial soup, that's what they're talking about, is the deep parts of the ocean where all this seismological volcanic activity is occurring.
Yeah, just this bath of amino acids and
Right.
and shit that eventually those collide in a certain way and
And created life.
and eventually here we are, hydrogen that's thinking for itself.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, I think it's really important to talk about that because those ancient things are still existing.
Yeah.
Under extreme duress, under extreme
And
pressure,
thriving.
and thriving. Yeah. Under extreme,
Yeah.
not just extreme temperature, but extreme pressure.
And they
that far under
wouldn't
the
be able
ocean.
to survive up on the surface, really.
No, there's no way. That's why if you ever see like the blobfish is the famous one. When you ever see a picture of a blobfish, it looks kind of stupid and dumpy.
It looks like Ziggy.
Yeah, it does. It does. That's not what they look like when they're in
Right.
their natural environment. A blobfish looks like a blob when you take it up on the land
And they
because
depressurize.
Because they depressurize and they end up it's kind of like sinking into this
Yeah.
thing. But when they're like actually down in their natural habitat, they're like
They look normal.
they look like exactly. They look normal.
They look like a fish.
They look like a
Yeah.
real fish. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't just look like a fat guy's face.
You know, related to that, I remember hearing once one of the more, I hesitate to say clever because it sounds like I'm praising him, but one of the more inventive things Columbus did. I guess not necessarily Columbus, but the conquistadors when they came into South America. One of the more inventive things they did was to specifically try to bring slaves down from the mountains.
Yeah.
Because when you're used to living with that little air, your stamina at sea level is so much better.
Yes.
Yeah.
So slaves from there could work for longer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's intelligent in a very dark way.
yeah.
it is.
It's some super villain shit.
That's why you get like athletes that'll go and train at crazy altitude to try and get ready for stuff.
Yeah.
Like preparing their bodies to make more efficient use of oxygen.
Yeah, like Zangief from Street Fighter, remember? And then they fought and it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just the sheer differences in pressure
Yeah, it's
under
insane.
the ocean is
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like the sheer feats of engineering that have to be accomplished in order to make a craft that can survive 10,000 meters.
The fact that we can
Of
do
water.
that is insane to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, really, because
I can barely lift a fucking bucket of water.
because
Are you
it's
fucking
like
kidding me?
it's thousands upon thousands of pounds of pressure per square inch.
Yeah.
And we have to be able to, the fact that we explored it, like if you look at like the exploration of the Mariana Trench, we explored it like way sooner than you think we did.
Yeah.
Like it was like way back in the 50s.
Oh,
they
really?
They sent like dive teams, not dive teams. They sent like submersibles down there to explore it.
Well, that was when science research had that sweet Department of Defense
That's
money.
right. Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah, back when we funded science.
You're right.
Remember that?
Right, because it could help us defeat the communists. But now that it can't do that, well, fuck it.
Right.
No, yeah, we had that sweet DoD dosh back then, and yeah, you could make like these super structured hulls that fucking NASA could probably design those things too.
Yeah. I mean, it's just nuts to me that we actually did that, way before you'd expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would reasonably think that we were able to discover that, like in the 80s and go down there, but I'm actually looking up the actual.
It's pretty nutso how much more we know about outer space than we really understand our own oceans. It's kind of
insane. Our oceans and our rainforests,
because they're really, really hard to. They are very, very difficult to explore and image.
Yeah, I seem to recall I seem to recall an estimate saying that something like 80% of all undiscovered land species are in the Amazon rainforest.
Oh,
and that would include things like bugs and germs and all this, but there's an insane amount we haven't explored yet, haven't even begun to touch.
Yeah.
So the ocean is where that is specifically that comes really big into prevalence. They think we've discovered about 2% of the species of life in the ocean.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
That's insane. Well, we have how many species of just shark alone?
Yeah. Something like 100 species are discovered a day on this planet.
Whenever they do a new series of Blue Planet, they discover brand new shit.
Every time.
just in the process of making a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some camera guy points to the biological advisor and goes, "Hey, what's this?" And he goes, "That's a good question."
Fuck if I know. Let's name it after you.
Yeah, right. No, well, that's what happens. It's really, really wild how some of this shit, comes to be. But the Earth as a whole, like I said, we discover roughly 100 species of new plant or new kind of life every day.
Yeah.
But the ocean, like I said, is like this big, super dense thing that we really know basically nothing about. Yeah. We know the surface
super dense, and like you said, in certain places it's super hot, so it's the perfect place to breed new life. Mm-hmm. So we're probably going to keep discovering species well into the future, even when we think we've got everything. Real quick, because I know we did an episode about poetry. I know we all have an artistic side to us. What about the ocean as an artistic thing? The ocean in a poetic sense. Whether it be adventure or terror, or maybe in the case of Moby Dick, obsession and drive.
Yeah,
there's a painting that I'm thinking of. There's this famous painting of a. It's like this old fisherman. He's in this yellow raincoat with a yellow hat, and he's in a rowboat on the waves.
You're thinking of the box, the Gordon's fish sticks box.
Yes, the Gordon's fish guy.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking of.
No, I know. I feel like I know this painting.
Hold on, I can't remember the name of the painting
because I remember one of my other favorite ones. I think I talked briefly about Tennyson in the poetry episode about break, break, break on the shores of thy crags, O sea.
Yeah.
Well, he did a follow up when he kind of got over his friend's death and kind of learned to move on, and it was called Ulysses. Yes. And it was from the perspective of Odysseus, Ulysses in the Roman, yearning to, he's the king of his whole island and all, and he's got a great son and everything, but he's yearning to get back out to sea. The famous line, to strive, to seek, to find, and never yield. That closes that poem out. I just thought it was great. For all the hell he went through, he just still looks out towards the sea with a sense of God, I gotta get back out there.
The sea is, especially in those days, it's unlimited potential.
Yeah,
it's every place in the world that can exist is out there. It's what I mean. It's boundless adventure potential, discovery, and one of our biggest challenges, especially at that time. Yeah, back in the way back in the old days, the sea was. I mean, imagine again living in the world where you didn't know what the globe looked like.
Right. Right. You just know if the stars are this way and the sun sets that way, then Constantinople is that way.
Right. Yeah. I mean, just it's so hard to imagine living on planet Earth and actually not knowing what every square inch of it looks like.
Yeah, and then just imagine all the people, all the sailors that must have been lost at sea, when you would expect to see land but don't, and you're like, oh shit, we got to break out the astrolabe.
Yeah. Just like it's just a terrifying prospect it is to be out on the open ocean.
Yeah.
and not have any idea.
Yeah.
Well, you remember? I mean, you've played and beaten Return of the Obra Dinn.
Yeah, right.
Just it's like it's
spooky.
thousands of years of myth just coming up at you in the memories of the dead.
Yeah.
And it's so cool.
That game is rad.
Yeah, another early recommendation: play Return of the Obra Dinn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's by Lucas Pope, the same guy that made Papers, Please.
Papers.
And it is a fucking experience.
Yeah.
It is an absolute. I might fucking replay that this weekend because it's so fucking good.
Yeah, I was thinking about whether that would be a game that you would get a lot out of replaying it.
I think so because there's so much detail that gets put into it with language and seamanship and seaman.
Nice.
But anyway, I'm getting a little off track.
Speaking of seamanship, you're talking about artistic medium. What about The Lighthouse? That came out really recently.
Oh man, what a great movie!
Yeah, you want to talk about a movie that very radically describes life alone out in the water.
I read recently actually that David Eggers said of the film that
Robert Eggers.
Robert Eggers, I'm sorry, said of the film, no good can come of two men trapped alone in a giant phallus.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's you just basically described the plot of that movie.
Like you said, it's good if you like art house stuff, and I'm not even that into art house stuff. Yeah. I thought it was very good. I thought it was very comprehensible to the average viewer.
I agree. Yeah.
I think the themes of Prometheus, man versus the gods. I thought
it has
was
a
very
surface
apparent.
story and it has a deeper story. And,
Right.
And if you're not super into like digging into what is being referenced all the time and like looking for deeper meanings, the movie even just at the surface level
Still
is very
makes sense.
entertaining.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you don't have to be a scholar to get that, the taking fire from the gods angle or
That shot.
Oh, yeah.
That shot of just the extended stare directly into the light.
oh yeah,
The
and
scream at the
Robert
end.
Pattinson just like the static.
Yeah.
Fucking, it was terrifying and hilarious all at once.
Yeah. I mean, it's nuts. I wasn't even going to say thinly veiled, but I don't even think it's veiled. The homoeroticism.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you can't get more overt than that without it being porn.
Yeah, right. I love it. Robert Eggers is like my new favorite director.
Yeah.
And it's one of those movies. I remember like we were watching it. And, Trisha looked at me. And she's like, "What the fuck are you making me watch?" And I'm like, "Do you want me to shut it off?" And she's like, "No."
Yeah.
It's
Dude, that entire scene where Willem Dafoe got to chew the scenery, cursing him out for like disparaging his cooking. Damn you! That entire like I was simultaneously terrified, but also thinking like, how much fun did he have to have just being that gigantic of a ham for like 2 minutes solid?
They both clearly had a very good time doing this.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's such a great movie. I really
honestly,
love that movie.
Shout out to Robert Pattinson who actually jerked off on screen for that movie. It's true.
Yeah, for real.
She, like for real, like not fake, like actually jerked off for art.
No, like I've always said about Twilight too. Like these are two pretty good actors stuck in roles that fucking suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It was nice to see him get to actually work his mojo a little bit.
get to actually swing his acting dick around.
Yes. Yeah, I like The Lighthouse quite a bit. It takes a couple watches, I think, if you're not accustomed to that kind of thing.
Bad luck to kill a seabird.
Oh, yeah. How intense was that scene? But yeah, I think that movie like perfectly describes the emptiness. Like the ocean is beautiful and scary and lonely all at the same time.
Isolating force.
Yeah.
Something so gigantic and
remote
shifting
and
Yeah, something that even today, like still divides people of common faith and creed, people of common ancestry.
Yeah.
you gotta work fucking hard across the Atlantic even today.
Yeah, the ocean is still a formidable force.
Yeah.
Just because we could fly over it doesn't necessarily mean it's still easy to. It's not necessarily easy to get around.
It ain't just water.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. I mean, I'm still actually legitimately afraid of the ocean.
Yeah.
It's like one of these fears that I still hold this deep, like primal.
I'm not necessarily afraid of the ocean. I would never volunteer for a ride in a sub.
I'm afraid of what's in it. Yeah, I think more than anything. That's why, like, people like we talk about branches of the armed forces. I think people tend to like skirt over the Coast Guard,
Navy, and the Coast Guard.
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying.
The Navy in particular, because the enemies were enemies, quote unquote. The insurgents that typically are fought are in landlocked countries.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Coast Guard in particular, that's the forgotten branch.
Yeah,
sure.
everybody makes fun of the Coast Guard. If you've ever watched like what those guys have to go through training wise, like it's a branch of the military.
Yeah.
So they're definitely not fucking around.
Right.
And these guys like fight fires on the open ocean, like ships and
how the fuck when water itself can't put out a fire, what the fuck are you supposed to do?
Yeah, and then jumping into hurricane force winds and waves to save people.
God.
Like it's nuts. Like it's fucking disgusting how crazy it is.
Yeah, the Coast Guard really are like our image of the old salts of the sea, the guys that can endure anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it scares the shit out of me. I mean, like,
I'm just thinking about how the powerful vanishing ability of the ocean.
yeah.
If you fall off a boat, you may not get back on it.
Yeah, there's a
Right.
very good chance that you won't.
Yeah.
actually.
There's currents to consider. There's depths to consider. Where you fell off might not be where you end up found.
Yeah.
I was actually just thinking about this when I was coming up with this topic. There have been a couple famous people who are probably lying at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Amelia Earhart, Jimmy Hoffa, and that one Australian prime minister.
Yeah.
Come to mind. He went out like surfing or swimming and like got swallowed up by riptide and was never
You're
seen
gone.
again.
Yeah, I mean, you'll end up miles away.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, they've never found that dude's body.
Well, then, okay, so to then bring it a little bit back to the Blue Planet 2 thing, they showed what happens to, like, say, a gigantic sperm whale when it, like, dies and sinks.
Sinks to the bottom.
And they show how fucking far these things go
to the bottom.
to the bottom, where
Yeah.
there is just an entire sand of, like, organic material.
Yeah, carcasses and
And just the thought of sinking down to those depths and then being slowly eaten over the course of like
Crushed
years.
and then eaten.
yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah. No,
It's unbelievable how inhospitable the ocean is.
Yeah, it's terrifying. And that's what scares me is like I never used to be afraid of the water, and I think I can pinpoint the exact moment that I became scared of the water.
Yeah.
When I was like 10 years old, we went to Florida. And I remember my aunt telling me, like, because I loved swimming when I was a kid. And she's like, hey, and like I had the shoes on and everything, the water shoes, because of, and I was like, oh, cool. She's like,
don't
hey,
step on any jellyfish.
that's what she said. She's like, make sure when you walk, you do the stingray shuffle. She's like, just when you're walking out there, shuffle your feet because there's stingrays and you don't want to step on one and have it sting you. And I went, wait, what?
That could happen.
Yeah. And it was like one of those things that clicked in my brain was like, oh, there's a lot of fucking dangerous bullshit in here that I want nothing to do with.
Yeah.
And like ever since then, I've just like, I think I can count on one hand the times I've gone in the ocean since then. Like I can't do it. It just,
I don't like it either.
Freaks me the fuck out.
You know what's weird is like I've never been like especially terrified of the ocean, but every once in a while when I think about the sheer depth of it and everything, you ever hear of the French term l'appel du vide?
No.
It's called the call of the void.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's that feeling you get when you're like looking over a steep precipice and you're like, what if I just jumped off?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of like that.
Oh yeah.
It's just like what if I just let these tons of water just crush me into like it's such a weird. It's like I want to know what the fuck is down there.
Yeah.
I don't. I super don't.
Well, it's obviously Philip, the lonely giant of the Atlantic.
Right. Just a big guy.
He's just sitting there
Hanging out
like,
there. Hey, what's up?
hey guys.
Yeah, it freaks me out. And then like, it's so weird when you think about the ocean as how diverse it ends up being, because you have these like deep down below, you have these like really crazy ecosystems, and then even up like surface level by the shoreline.
Yeah.
And then there's parts of the ocean when you go out that are just open water.
Yeah.
And there's fucking nothing.
There is jack shit.
There's like a swordfish, a pod of whales.
You know what's
and a
really
school of
neat?
fish for like 80 miles.
Yeah. You know what's really neat is there is one creature that I can think of off the top of my head that lives above sea level that has bioluminescence. And that is the firefly, the lightning bug.
Right.
And it kind of blows your mind when you think about it, like just something evolved with internal body chemicals that can combine at will to make it light up.
Yeah, right.
But then think about like thousands of meters under the sea. There are creatures that do that regularly and constantly.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Just to be able to see.
Yeah.
Like,
It's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very interesting thing. Light is used as a lure, as a weapon, as a means of distraction, or just to navigate.
yeah, plain simple guidance.
And the degree that some of those things can see, even with that tiny amount of light that gets down there.
Yeah.
That they can see and navigate through that is crazy to me.
Yeah, but that's the other thing, is the bottom of the ocean is incomprehensibly dark.
God, what a scary thought is the bottom of the ocean.
Such little light gets down there that you can't. I mean, it's basically black for us. Like we can't see anything.
You want to know something terrifying? When I was playing Subnautica earlier today, like I said, I built this submarine that can go
500 meters?
500 meters, which isn't even a tenth of the depth of the Challenger Deep. I decided, like, oh, what the hell? I'll go out to the edge of the map and go down as deep as I can. Immediately, my radar on the right starts flashing. Something red is coming up behind my sub and just immediately takes, like, an entire sixth of its health bar off.
Shit.
And I'm like, no. And I immediately like come around and turn back. And it keeps fucking following me, and it hits me for a second time. And I was able to repair it, but I look in the data bank after, and it says like essentially, without saying so much, is the entire play area is 2 by 2 kilometers.
Oh.
Don't go past it because there's creatures that are so unfathomably big that we can't even show you to them, which sounds like a cop-out.
Yeah, it's a little bit of just keeping you in the map.
It's a soft wall, essentially, yeah.
Like, you could go further outside of it, but you would eventually die.
But, like, I could see the thing on my radar, and all I have to work with is everything out front of me. Floodlights are on. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Apart from my floodlights, it's black, and there's something
that's
following me.
So unnerving.
Yeah.
You know that game has VR support?
Oh no, fuck that.
It has VR support. I saw that you have it on your wish list too. You should get it.
I deeply fear playing that game in VR.
Yeah, no, thank you.
When it's not terrifying, it's actually pretty relaxing and peaceful.
But like, is it? I mean, I imagine it's like every other game where like something huge and awful can just show up out of nowhere.
No, not out of nowhere.
Okay.
Like, the things have territories.
Okay. Oh God, I just get scared thinking about it.
No, yeah. It's not difficult. The things again have territories. Eventually, you'll get the capacity to build like an underwater habitat, laboratory, resupply station kind of thing. It's really cool. Like I just recently made myself a bedroom with like 4 glass walls and like ivy on the other 2 walls and like a bunch of posters hanging up everywhere. It's really nice.
I want to get that game.
These are the same people that made Natural Selection 2, which is one of my favorite multiplayer games ever made.
Okay. I will tell you, I popped into No Man's Sky in VR to see what that is like.
How's that?
Pretty cool. Honestly, it's pretty sweet.
I know they kept working on it since release.
Yes, I mean they've added like a bajillion features to that game.
Yeah.
But the VR experience is kind of rad. Honestly, I like it. I mean, you know, it's just a little bit more fun to like, you know, point your actual hand at a thing and laser it and collect all the materials and stuff. It's just a little bit more fun.
For sure.
But that immersion thing, it scares the hell out of me when it comes to Subnautica. Like, I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, just don't do it in VR. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, honestly, once you kind of get how the game works, it's not bad. It's like any other kind of atmospheric game where when you kind of get the rules of how the AI and everything works,
Yeah.
it's not bad. It will still fill you with that sense of like wonderment and awe about like holy shit, I can go that deep and I can go deeper.
Yeah. Ooh.
But
sounded really
yeah,
good
that was not pleasant. That was not pleasant, bud.
Love that.
All right, so let's go to terrifying shit here.
Okay.
Since we're talking about terrifying ocean.
The Kraken.
So, okay, how about bobbit worms? You guys remember bobbit worms? Have you
I
ever
think
seen?
I do. I think I remember them. Do they have teeth?
So they're these little. They're little. They're these big ass motherfucking worms that sit at the bottom of the seabed.
Oh, wait. Are these
Yeah.
guys?
And they bite your penis off.
They're these
do.
trapdoor
Like-
worms that
Like Lorena Bobbitt.
Lorena Bobbitt.
they pop out.
I was joking, but do I have it on the nose?
You're close, yeah. They pop out of the sand through these little trapdoors,
Yeah.
and snag fish and drag them back into their wormholes, and they're like 30 feet long.
Yeah. So like what happens is they open their jaws kind
Yeah.
of. So it'll be like 4 big pincers that are like all the way open and like settled underneath the shallow like dust of the floor. And a fish will come over it and it will literally come up
Just like-
and grab it like a fucking alien hand and pull it under.
Oh, fuck that.
Let's see if I can.
It's
Here
like
we go.
Tremors or something. It's like the worst.
Tremors, yeah.
Gonna
Just
show
the
this
worst
video.
fucking.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know these guys.
They're fucking terrifying. Look up bobbit worms, guys. If you're not, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It looks like a space deer, but those aren't antlers. Those are its fucking jaws.
Space deer.
And they're like ridiculously long.
Yeah.
Like scary long.
Just imagine all that underneath the surface.
Oh, yeah, truly a creation of a benevolent and loving God.
Yeah,
for sure.
right.
No benevolent God would create
Yes.
something this fucking horrifying.
Horrible.
Yeah, right.
And they
this
just-
kind of horror is proof that the universe
sorry,
is unmoored.
I'm making you watch this right now, but yeah, you can watch it. This is a Smithsonian video. They have a Smithsonian video on bobbit worms, so you can watch this thing snag something and then drag it to the depths. Like a filthy.
Oh, there it goes.
Nope. Yeah, they're fucking.
nope.
It's one of those many things. Like everybody knows the anglerfish.
So if you're swimming at the bottom of the ocean, you got your pecker out.
you got your pet. You got your
You
fucking.
got your pecker out.
You got your fucking
There's
hog
a worm
out there, dude.
sneaks up and bites you on the pecker.
beans?
Why just spill your beans?
Why just spill your beans?
Yeah. Yeah, bobbit worms. Everybody knows the anglerfish, which is the most terrifying thing ever.
I read something interesting about the anglerfish
They're
the
just
other day.
ugly. They're not like terrifying.
They're
terrifying if you're a fish.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like I said, they're ugly. They're just ugly. They just got like
Yeah.
big dumb jaws, and then they got like a little lantern in front of their head.
I learned that the anglerfish immunosuppresses itself because the way they reproduce is fucking weird because the male, which is smaller, will like embed itself in the
Yes.
female's body.
What the fuck?
And then it will die. Like it'll like burrow into her and die. And then
That has got to be someone's fetish.
she carries his body around as part of her but she has to suppress her immune system in order to
Because
allow
she's got a decaying corpse inside
Yes.
her fucking.
so that her immune system does
Pussy.
not all up in her puss.
She's got the decaying corpse of her husband all up in her push.
All up in her puss.
right up in our pear.
No, it has to immunosuppress so that it doesn't essentially reject the male. And then it can reproduce and whatever.
What the actual shit?
It's like the most metal fucking thing in the world.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
I did not know that until recently. but that's just part of how it works.
Those things, I mean, there's so much that scares the shit out of me about the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, aside from the vastness, it's just the things that are there, like the box jellyfish with the 30-meter long tentacles that just hang down, that trap, paralyze, kill, and then slowly work up to its mouth hole.
Yeah.
You know what's even more terrifying? Jellyfish don't have brains.
Right.
This is all autonomous. They're essentially just gigantic cells. They're doing this without thinking about it.
Yeah.
But their prey is sure thinking about it.
Yeah. Which is horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so alien.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop watching terrifying shit out here.
But then there are things about the ocean that are like freaking adorable and silly.
Clownfish.
The clownfish.
The clownfish. Where's my fucking son?
Where's my fucking son?
Fucking son. There's at least 2 clownfish pictures that show up on the loop of the Chromecast photos. And every time Aubrey and I are in bed, whichever one of us notices it first will go, "Where's my fucking son?"
Where's my fucking son? That cracks me
There's
up
one with
every
like
time.
there's one with like 3 clownfish, and so we'll follow it up with like, "Where's my fucking son?" He wants to know where his fucking son is. Where's his fucking son?
Where's his fucking son?
You better tell him where his fucking son is.
Sorry, I'm taking a picture for the gram, everybody.
Oh, right, for the gram. How's that going?
Yeah, did you get your ducklet game on fleek or whatever the kids are saying these days?
Whatever, fuck it. Sure.
You got your swag all
Ducklet?
squared.
I got my
duck lips.
Oh, ducklet. I thought you said ducklet.
No,
Like a small duck.
No, those are called ducklings.
That's right.
God damn it.
duck. I thought you said duck game on fleek.
Duck game.
I got my duck game on fleek.
Duck game.
We gotta play duck game again sometime. That game is so fucking hilarious.
That was a lot of fun the last time we played.
And it's got that Sega Genesis sound chip soundtrack going on. It's so good.
Yeah. Gosh, it's hard to think of what more to say about the ocean, except that like it does sort of, it is the ultimate big terrifying unknown.
Shore is okay. Anything after that, I'm perfectly content living in Ohio, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
I think about like walking into the ocean. The last time I went swimming in the ocean, you start to reach that point where you're no longer touching bottom.
Yeah, no.
And it's like a gradual process. And then eventually you're not quite touching. And
then something slimy touches your foot.
Yep, I'm out.
And it's like, oh, it's probably seaweed, but it might be a kraken, so I'm gone.
Yeah.
just that first moment of realizing you don't know for sure how deep it is underneath you because you're no longer touching.
Yeah.
That first moment is pretty spooky.
Yeah.
I saw a shark in the water one time when I was a kid. And,
Really?
Yeah. Like, I was, like, right by it. And
you serious?
I started running back because I saw it, and then the lifeguard started blowing the whistle. And, yeah, dude, it's fucking... it's not just the stuff you can't see. It's the stuff that's, like, right there that you can see.
Well, and generally, sharks will kind of leave you alone.
Yeah.
By and large, but...
I still don't want to mess with one.
Yeah, I gotta take any fucking chances.
All the shit
but
that
like,
they eat now, though, is like challenged and stuff. So, like, I mean, like, I wouldn't trust a shark right now.
Don't trust the shark.
Yeah.
Don't trust the shark.
Yeah.
The things they eat are like, you know, getting fucked up and all that.
yeah, who knows? The thing is, like they're not known for attacking humans.
No.
Not generally. It's just Jaws that has instilled that fear in us.
What a great movie.
But man,
It's a fantastic movie.
when you see,
It's another nautical movie about masculinity and
Yes.
right, and when you see like the fucking aftermath of a shark bite, though,
Oh, yeah. It's
that's
gnarly.
enough to like, I'm never going in the ocean again.
you know what? When I was in 4th grade, I saw a boys magazine article about a dude who was surfing.
Yep.
What caused his injury was not the shark, but the fin of his surfboard. It sliced his calf clean open.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm not surfing. I'm cool with staying right here in this ocean.
Everybody's going surfing.
Surfing. My fucking leg.
I'm okay with staying in this ocean of corn.
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm good.
Ocean of corn.
I'm good. The worst we got is raccoons. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Raccoons are not as terrifying as the fucking kraken.
You remember a couple of years ago, some guy like couldn't find his like 30-foot snake or something. Like he like got let loose in Youngstown.
Around here, yeah. I do remember that.
I remember watching over my shoulder all the time outside, like the snake could be here.
Yeah, right.
The snake can go wherever it wants.
So I had a friend who had a python that he bought from a not so like reputable guy.
Right.
And he thought it was like a ball python that wasn't going to get that big. And it got like really big. Like so big that he had to call animal control to be like, okay, please take this from me.
Holy
So I don't know
shit.
whatever happened to it, but it got like 8 or 9 feet long.
Oh, no.
And he was like... he had this thing in his basement, and he showed me a picture of it one time, and I'm like, yeah, you gotta get
Yeah, a picture of a 9-foot snake in a basement with spotty lighting. That's
Yeah,
that's
right.
some good creepypasta material.
right.
Every time you'd come home,
And
wouldn't you be like, I gotta go look and make sure it's still in there?
I gotta take care of this. Well, he did, and that was the thing. Is he's like, and the cool thing about animal control in those situations is they don't charge you with anything. They just want you to take care of the problem. Right?
Yeah,
Like they want the problem solved. So he explained the situation, and they came and took it. But like it got like really big.
That
Like,
reminds me of
scary big.
the other day at work, because our office is right next to the Youngstown Fire Department, that main building, and one of our house managers locked her keys in her car, and she was going to call AAA, and one of my coworkers on the mezzanine came up and leaned over and he said, "Don't do that. The fire department's right next door. Like I'll get someone." And so like he went over and talked to them, and like 5 dudes came over.
Yeah.
They were itching for something to do.
Right.
It can get boring, I imagine.
Sure.
Oh yeah. So yeah, they got those fucking keys, by God.
God, I can very easily see you like getting very, very bored because that's one of those jobs where like when
Yeah.
there's none to do, there's nothing to do.
You are needed to do a superhuman task, which is charging headlong into a burning building.
Yeah.
But when that's not happening,
It's a lot of playing
you gotta
cards.
fix a broken elevator here
Yeah.
or there.
I would
Yeah.
love to do that. Actually, I've always thought about being a volunteer fireman.
Yeah.
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 Something you can do.
I know. Yeah, if I have time.
Kid who grew up across the street from me, Will. His dad was like not the chief, but he was like a higher rank in Canfield's fire department, and ended up passing away pretty early. But Will, fucking bless him, he fucking went through all of the training and everything to become a firefighter. And now he's in the fire department now, and he's
Wow.
making fucking bank.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
But like he's passionate about what he does for sure.
Yeah. So one thing I noticed is like anyone I've ever known who had a job like that develops a very grim sense of humor.
Yeah.
very morose sort of. It's like it's dark.
Yeah.
The stuff that you like have to do to just be used to the
Sure.
the
Horror
awfulness
of
you gotta
what you're
see.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Takes a certain type.
EMTs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Trust
fucking
me, I
hell.
know. I grew up with one.
Yeah. Now, fucking hell, I couldn't be an EMT.
Yep.
I could be in the fucking Coast Guard for that matter.
Yeah,
and
right.
that's how I bring it back around.
And we're here.
ocean topic.
Ocean topic.
And I think we're Gucci, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
we are.
Sorry, guys. We're a little out of practice, and we're all a little. Oh, I'm fucking tired. So
Oh, that's all right.
That's all right.
Yeah, we done good. We're like around the hour 40.
Local
mark.
boys do good.
So yeah, we'll take a
just
break.
a good old boy.
And then we'll come back, and if we maybe we learned something, I'm not sure, and in our recommendations.
We will find out.
Suck my dick in balls. Been in trouble with the law since the day they was born.
And we'll be back.
All right.
Oh no, I broke this pen. Oh no, I didn't. Wow.
All right. Welcome back, folks.
We are back.
It is that time of the show where we recommend things to each other that we may or may not indulge in.
It sure is, buddy.
Yeah. I'm going to think of one by the time it's my turn, but
Cool.
I kind of don't have anything.
Well, Chris,
Yes.
would you mind if I went first?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
That would be great.
Nice.
So part of the inspiration for this topic was, of course, that I've been playing Subnautica. Well,
Yeah.
I bought Subnautica a long time ago, and the reason I decided to reinstall it and play it again is because of a different game that I bought, and it is called Barotrauma.
Barotrauma?
Barotrauma.
Like barometric?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe it's in early access. It feels like an early access game, but even if it's on full release, it doesn't matter because it's stupid fun. It is a multiplayer submarine simulator with survival horror elements.
Oh. That sounds kind of cool.
So like it's two-dimensional. So like you control a person and go through this like two-dimensional submarine, and the submarine is piloted in 2 dimensions. You essentially this wasn't what I wanted to recommend. I wanted to recommend the other. That's all right. 2 recommendations today. Anyway, Barotrauma is best experienced in its multiplayer setting.
Okay.
You have 5 different jobs that you can do: electrical technician, mechanical engineer, doctor, security officer, or captain.
Nice.
And so when a server starts up, when someone starts the server up, they're essentially starting a campaign where you go from post to post, getting missions. You can recover an artifact, kill a deep sea creature. But because of the highly adaptable 2D nature of the game, certain parts of the hull will break. So you gotta weld them up. Any number of things can go wrong.
And I'm sure every role has its own specialization. So
Sure.
there's certain things that every character can do.
Exactly. And it's just great fun to jump into a server of like, I don't know, 8 to 12 people.
Okay.
And, pick a role. While a mission is in progress, you have to wait. And then just decide on your role once you they reach a dock, you get in. Mm-hmm. You can kind of buy whatever you need if you want to. But there's also a mode. Each server can have a mode enabled where there's a trader on board, and they will try to do whatever they can to sabotage the ship. And again,
That's kind of sweet.
Like you can only see whatever your character would see, which
Like a fog of war kind of thing or whatever.
right, which is great because like even if you're manning a periscope or a turret or something, it will only show you wherever that thing is looking. So you've got the horrifying depths of the ocean, and all of the and this is an alien world too. So there's all kinds of weird shit out there. So I fully recommend having a headset or a microphone so you can communicate in real time with your shipmates. It's
Tickle in my throat.
Smoke another one, bud.
God, I got this little tickle in my throat. I hate it.
yeah, it's called nicotine.
Barbara.
Welcome to Flavor Town. God, that's annoying. I might actually have to walk out of the room.
Yeah, so
Water.
Yeah, so Barotrauma is, again, if I remember right, it's in early access. It's just a fun game to jump into, like, just a random server and just, like, fuck around, see what's going on.
Yeah.
Really, really fun. My other recommendation, and this is more for you, Dave,
Okay.
is I've been thinking a lot lately and rereading, in fact, the graphic novel Watchmen.
Yeah.
I know you have never finished Watchmen, and that is
right.
an important part of the story. You should start from the beginning just to get everything fresh in your head.
Do you have it? Because I have it if you don't.
I do have it. Actually,
It's been on his bookshelf for fucking ever.
I say I have it if you need to borrow it.
so when, like quarantine all started up, I started reading it again. And then I didn't.
How far in did you get? Do you remember the last thing that happened, the last dramatic thing that happened?
I kind of think Dr. Manhattan fucked off.
Oh, he just fucked off to Mars.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's about the last thing I remember.
You're like 2/3 of the way into it.
Yeah, you're almost there.
You should finish it, man.
Yeah.
The entire novel is incredible. It goes into politics. It goes into things like gender. It blows the entire scheme of comics in 1986 wide fucking open. And unfortunately, some of the like the darker and edgier things that we saw in the late 80s, early 90s, kind of came from people who sort of missed the point.
Dude, I gotta go get a drink of water. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's too tickly. I can't do it.
That's all right.
I get it. Read Watchmen.
Yeah, Watchmen is great. Alan
Moore.
Alan Moore. Yeah. Yeah. Also wrote the Killing Joke for you fucking edgelords out there.
Killing Joke. Well, Killing Joke isn't even for edgelords. It
became for edgelords.
Killing Joke proves the Joker wrong.
Right.
It proves Batman 100% right. Commissioner Gordon doesn't lose his sanity.
Right.
My favorite line from that whole thing is it's like this whole full page panel of Joker with like this profound look of despair on his face.
Yeah.
Saying, "Don't you get it? All of life is one big joke. Yada yada yada. So why aren't you laughing?" And Batman breaks through the glass and he says, "Because I've heard it before, and it wasn't funny the first time."
Yeah.
Killing Joke is a masterpiece.
It is so good.
And much like Watchmen, people took the wrong message from it.
Yes.
People took the absolute wrong message from it. So I assume by this point you're probably familiar with Rorschach.
Yeah, somewhat.
You would not believe how much anti-hero fucking nonsense came out of him. You're not supposed to like Rorschach.
You're not supposed to like Rorschach.
Yeah. He's a far right. One of his first lines is the Journal in like the first page of the first issue, saying that they should have followed in the footsteps of good men like my father or President Truman.
Right.
And eventually goes on to reveal, first of all, that actually I don't know what part that comes in. I don't want to spoil anything for you.
Honestly, like I read a little bit, then I put it down for so long, and then I read a little bit more, and then I put it down. I barely remember. I feel like I'll have to start it over again.
Yeah, honestly, start over.
Yeah, I probably should.
Do you know who Rorschach is at this point?
I don't think I do.
Okay, yeah, start it from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Just do your thing. It's absolutely worth reading all the way through from beginning to end. With obviously you got to pause to do shit, but do it within a relatively
get through it,
reasonable time frame.
Yeah.
It is widely agreed upon to be one of the most influential comic series of all time.
Yeah.
And you definitely owe it to yourself to read it all the way through.
I mean, every time I sit down to read it, I really enjoy it. But just like the part of me that like knows how to read is dying. I swear. Like,
I hear you.
Like I used to spend a lot of time reading, and anymore I just cannot focus.
Make it so that you pay more attention to the visuals, because just as much attention is paid to the visuals of that series as the writing is.
Yeah. But I really like Alan Moore.
Yeah.
I really like him.
Pay very close attention to all the details of the panels, because everything in that series is designed so deliberately. Mm-hmm. Definitely. And for anyone listening to this who has not read Watchmen yet, read Watchmen. It's timeless. it's amazing. It's so good.
Yeah.
And you definitely owe it to yourself to watch it. To read it.
Read it.
Don't watch the movie. It's okay.
I guess people really like the series, from what I hear. The HBO series is apparently very good.
Yeah, it's pre everything that happens though. It's like way,
okay.
way early in the
okay.
story. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
I did not know.
And I figured, I have to read Watchmen before I watch that.
Yeah,
And
you
I'm
should.
going to,
You should.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Barotrauma. If you're into early access games, pick up a copy of that and fuck around in a server with me and all the other fans sometime, and read Watchmen.
I dig it. I'm definitely going to read Watchmen.
You should.
Please do. Please do, and keep me updated on where you are so I can nerd out about it with you.
Yeah.
I might honestly reread it in the near future
it's
myself.
It's not a huge book. It's not enormous. I should be able to do this.
Right.
I don't know. Just seems harder to read than it used to be. I honestly think that the way that we live our lives with so much noise and distraction and just
Phone bad.
yeah, just all seriously, there is an element of that where it's made it much harder for me to sit down and focus on a thing that's kind of quiet and direct.
What would really help with reading Watchmen is if you put on some 60s and 70s protest songs while you read it. Like seriously, it'll really. I have a lot of complaints with the Watchmen movie, but the one thing I can't complain about is the soundtrack. It was pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I dig it.
Chris, you said you have two recommendations.
I have two. Yeah, they are both albums. The first one I'd like to recommend is a brand new record that came out. It's actually this guy's first record.
Oh.
I pulled it up so I didn't fuck up the name. It's called What Could Possibly Go Wrong, and the guy's name is Dominic Fike. Dominic Fike is a very young multi-instrumentalist, rapper, singer-songwriter, producer. And I've been waiting for this album to come out for the better part of a year now.
Okay.
It has to be on Spotify, yeah?
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah. It's the only thing that I could describe it as is definite Gen Z music because it kind of skates across different genres.
There it is.
Okay.
Lots of hip hop influences, lots of R&B influences, lots of indie punk, lots of electronic influences. It is a quick, short, snappy listen, and you can get through the album. I think it's 40 minutes long or something like that.
Okay.
Not even, yeah. It's 35 minutes long. Really short songs, really quick, snappy. Some people, I know Dan said when he listened to it, he's like, I really like the record, but I wish some of the songs would have been longer. I like the short snappiness. I like everything kind of quick and concise.
Yeah.
I really like it. I've listened to it about 5 times now, which I think is an adequate number of times before you can give an album a decent review.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. It's really worth a listen. I like this dude's music. The album is nowhere near what I expected it to sound like. But I like it a lot.
You said he's an instrumentalist?
Yeah, he
primarily?
plays the guitar, plays the bass. He produces, he makes beats. Actually, that's how he got discovered is because he SoundCloud shit, production.
Really?
Beats, rapping, things like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's young too. He's 23, 24. Record's really good. It's like I said, it's definite Gen Z music. You could tell because everything's very quick and short, snappy production. You should listen to it. I like it a lot. Second album is an album that I've been listening to quite a bit. I had to pull this up too because I fucking love the name of this record. The album's called Some Rap Songs by Earl Sweatshirt. Earl Sweatshirt. Odd Future member Earl Sweatshirt, along with Tyler the Creator, and several other people. Odd Future's this big indie hip hop collective.
Added.
The record is his most recent one. It's called Some Rap Songs. All of Earl Sweatshirt's stuff is really fucking good.
Okay.
This one, it's kind of in the same vein. The songs are really short. Think Dilla's Donuts. Minute and 45-second, 2-minute songs. Really quick, really short and snappy. He's hard to describe. The beats sound really almost Dilla-y, like newer Jay-Z kind of stuff, but his flow is he's kind of hard to describe.
Like a modernized East Coast sort of feel with
Sort of
like soul and funk and jazz.
not so much
in there.
funk. It's a little more trap than anything else.
I got you.
But this, like his lyrical style is somewhere in between. This is gonna get real hip hop nerdy, so I'm sorry. It's somewhere in between MF Doom and Rakim, if that makes sense. It's fucking weird. He's a really good songwriter. He's a really good producer, and the album fucking rocks. All his albums rock. You should listen to all of them. But the most recent one, and I think for you guys, probably the most accessible one is Some Rap Songs. It just came out like 2018, so it's not that old. And it's the last record he said he's going to be doing with Columbia Records, which means he's going to be working on a lot more. He said he broke from Columbia Records so he could do a little bit more edgier shit. And he doesn't have to like be nice and play nice with record company.
Right.
But this record is really good. There's some really, really sick stuff on it. So Earl Sweatshirt, Some Rap Songs.
Earl Sweatshirt.
I know, right?
It's a good name.
The fucking coolest rap name ever.
It reminds me of this dude on Twitter I used to follow called Young Tax Return or something like that, or like
That's weird. Dorky.
This is so weird. Well, Childish Gambino, Gambino got that name from the Wu-Tang Clan hip hop name generator.
Yeah, right. I remember hearing
famously.
I didn't know that.
Childish Gambino, yeah, which is really, really funny. So yeah, like, perfect doesn't matter. You have your own, whatever your rap name wants to be. But yeah, if you dig Odd Future, which I know all the fucking indie kids love Odd Future, that's like this big collective of hip hop artists, including Tyler, and Tyler eventually invited Earl Sweatshirt to join it too. Yeah, you'll fucking dig this shit out of this stuff. Earl's stuff is really cool. I think like
Sweet.
As far as like current MCs, I think it's like Kendrick and Earl who are like at the top two for right now as far as writing go. Yeah, they're like number one, number two.
I gotta listen to more Kendrick.
Kendrick's the shit, man. And his new album's coming out this year. We don't know when, but soon, hopefully.
Anytime I feel like listening to hip hop, I keep going back to Liquid Swords.
Oh, that's a fucking great record, though. RZA's awesome. Actually, RZA worked on, I think Earl's second album. He was on a couple tracks he produced.
Oh.
Which is really cool. Yeah, anything that the RZA touches is fucking gold. Dude is incredible. Like, top 5 greatest hip-hop producers of all time. Like, he's on the Mount Rushmore. But yeah, check it out. Some Rap Songs, which is hilarious to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, you got any recommendations?
I do. I want to take a minute to recommend your other podcast.
Oh shit! Sequelize this.
Sequelize This.
Yes.
I don't know how much we've talked about it here.
I don't think we've had. It kind of got into full swing in the couple weeks or so we've been off.
So it kind of feels like a good time to talk about it. I have now listened to almost all of it. I have like the last half hour of your most recent episode.
Mad Max, yeah.
Listening to Sequelize This is great. I really enjoy that podcast a lot. You guys understand movies in a way that I do not. Like I just like don't fully get movies the way that I feel like you guys do.
Yeah.
Your takes are interesting. It's a lot of fun. It's a very funny podcast. And it's interesting to kind of peel back some of like the business stuff behind movies.
Yeah, we always try and find a little bit of the background of the production before we go into it.
Just so in the rare event that anyone is listening to this and doesn't realize, this is Chris and Dan.
Yeah, Chris and Dan's podcast. Sequelize This.
Frequent guest of the show, Dan.
Yeah.
This is their podcast.
Yeah. The Ghostbusters 2 episode was really funny.
Really funny,
I remember in particular.
We had a lot of fun. We watched that one in person.
Yeah. That was really great. The Mad Max one that I was listening to.
Oh God, we were both very tired, so it's a little obvious that we're like wiped.
So I had to do a factory reset on my phone to get it repaired.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to finish it. So I'm gonna have to re-download it.
Yeah.
But that's a movie that I watched a shitty bootleg of.
Yeah.
And for a movie that's like so visual.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched a hand cam recording of a drive-in screen of Mad Max Fury Road. And
That's unfortunate.
You can't hear a single line because it's all like this.
Yeah, right.
So I don't even know a single line of dialogue for that whole movie.
And it's still good.
And I still
The
enjoy
movie's
it.
awesome. Yeah, Mad Max. That movie is fucking great.
I actually watched the whole thing. Despite that, I still have that rip on my computer. You should see how bad it is.
Yeah.
It's like unbelievable.
The movie's great. We're right now we're kind of staying with the summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
We did skip a week this week because I've just been fucking exhausted with work. So
Yeah, right.
Sure.
I think Dan has something. Spoiler alert! I think Dan has something planned for you guys.
Which is, of course, the Godfather Part 2.
Godfather Part 2. Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I know that you guys have had a hard time getting to the Godfather Part 2.
We'll get there. It's definitely
Titanic 2, the re-crashioning.
Unsinkable.
Even more unsinkable-ist.
Yeah, we're kind of in our summer blockbuster mode right now. So a
Yeah.
lot of what we've been watching is summer blockbusters, action movies, things like that.
You guys talk about X-Men, Days of Future Past.
Days of
That was a
Future
good one?
Past. Yep. Terminator 2.
Can you guys at one point do the Matrix Revolutions?
Absolutely, we can. Yeah, absolutely, we can.
Because you guys already know The Matrix is one of my fucking favorite movies ever.
Yeah, the first Matrix movie
Is
was like
really good.
devastatingly good.
It was the perfect movie for its time and place.
Yeah.
It was lightning in a bottle. And then Matrix Revolutions was like,
What?
okay, we got ghosts and medieval weapons and shit.
Yeah.
Morpheus is fucking around on I-80 with a katana.
Oh, that was Reloaded.
Got a lady who
It was
eats
Reloaded.
a cheesecake.
Oh, Reloaded. Yeah,
Reloaded,
I'm sorry.
and then Revolutions.
Yeah, Reloaded
What's
is the one that I meant.
Is the second one the one where the lady eats the cheesecake and has an orgasm
Yes.
at the table?
Yeah.
Reloaded, and then
Cause
and
and effect.
It's just stupid as hell.
Merovingian.
Yeah. They listened to a philosophy 101 lecture from
the
this French
Merovingian.
douchebag.
Yeah, right.
And then leave, and then his wife has to come in to restart the plot.
Yep. It's bad.
Not a good movie.
At least that one is watchable. The third one
It's
is
watchable.
unwatchable.
The third one fucking blows.
It is so
The
bad.
second one at least has some kick-ass action.
Yeah, the second one is watchable. The third one is like fucking
The
horrid.
second one got like way up its own ass about
yeah.
philosophy and
The third one is like, guys, we did it.
It feels like
The ending of that movie is, we fucking won, everybody. Yay!
Hey, rainbows and butterflies.
The end.
Keanu Reeves on like a fucking cross or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, for God's sakes.
I don't know. I just
Whatever. Fuck it. We're
I want. Would you guys be open to a guest spot?
oh, we're gonna have guests. Yeah.
If you do Matrix Reloaded, because I have opinions.
Yeah, we will definitely do a guest spot. I know for what it's worth, I know our friend Matt has been trying to get us to watch Jurassic World basically
yeah.
since the beginning of this show.
so I think that last night.
I think we owe him the first guest spot for Jurassic World
Sure.
because we're gonna watch it. But yeah, we will definitely have guests.
And I'll say this: Jurassic World wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen, but the premise it's founded on is fucking
silly.
stupid.
It's really silly.
People died at the first one, so they're like, "Oh, let's do the exact same thing."
Yeah, it'll work just fine.
yeah.
The premise is stupid, but I can accept that for a blockbuster.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah,
fine.
We're working on Aliens right now.
Yeah.
I mean, after of course Godfather Part 2.
Right, of course. That one's coming first, and then Aliens.
Yeah.
But no, just all this to say, listen to Sequelize This.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a really entertaining podcast.
It is.
We're having fun. We're having a lot of fun doing it.
I just, I like a lot of the time, one of the things I enjoy is like, oh, this is a part of the movie that wasn't super effective. Here's how maybe this could have been done differently and this would have worked. And it helps you sort of see
What our thought process is.
Yeah, like, oh, when a movie is ineffective, there are specific reasons, and sometimes you can
right.
kind of like propose how to fix that movie.
Especially sequels. And in particular, sequels that if they don't get the point of the first movie,
Yeah.
like at least do something different.
Yeah.
Like that's why Terminator 2 is so strong. It's more of an action movie,
Yes.
less of a horror movie.
Yeah, we talked about that pretty extensively when we did the breakdown. Yeah, the first one is definitely a horror movie, I think, when you break it down, because it's very, very along that line.
Well, it's like endlessly being pursued by a thing you can't
Right.
shake is
And-
a horror
Yeah,
thing
and-
more than anything else.
And what's especially effective about that is making the protagonist a woman.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
I think that was a really, really smart choice.
And then it's flipped completely on its axis in the second movie.
Right.
When the protagonist is, or at least one of the protagonists is also a woman, but this
The same
time
woman.
she's prepared and ready to go. And fucking Linda Hamilton kicks so much ass.
And-
We talked about this.
And everyone calls her crazy, but she's the only fucking sane one.
person, right? Yeah, we talked about this pretty extensively
Yeah.
in the review, but she is so fucking badass in that movie. She's
Yeah.
so fucking cool, and I love it. It's like more of that, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. We love doing Sequelize This. I'm
It's a really
getting
fun
getting
podcast.
more accustomed to my schedule now, so I think I'm going to be okay to do it a little bit more often and not like puss out of as much. But yeah, we're having a blast doing it, and it's a really good excuse to watch a bunch of movies that we either haven't seen or haven't watched in a long time. So
yeah.
yeah. Check us out. We're everywhere that you can get podcasts. Google Podcasts now. Which reminds me, we do have to do an updated version of our centerpiece stinger because
Why is that?
because Google Play is no longer going to be a thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's gonna be under-
It's YouTube Music.
YouTube Music, well, Google Podcasts, because they split podcasts from the music part.
Okay.
Okay.
So Google Podcasts, Spotify, all that. We're going to have to update that next
That's
time.
a good sign, though.
Yeah.
That's a good sign for podcasting.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, actually, pro tip, YouTube Music, I thought it was going to be terrible. It's really not. It's actually pretty good.
I dropped into it the other day. It seemed fine.
It seems cool. You get all your lyrics and everything built in there.
The thing that sucks is like Google Play used to allow you to upload like your own library of MP3s.
Yes.
And then you could listen to them from anywhere. And I
Yeah.
did that. So like a bunch of my music that isn't anywhere else is only on Google Play, and soon it will not be.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is kind of annoying.
I still have it backed up in 2 places. I gotta find a new platform for it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, what if anything have we learned?
I think I'm learning we're old.
I learned Milwaukee's got the best virus.
The best.
The best virus. Milwaukee's best.
I learned that if I'm gonna follow Chris's example, I shouldn't wear pants to restaurants.
That's right.
I wrote down the Rudy Tooty Fresh and fuck you.
I wrote here that you don't want lake effect fallout.
Good.
I wrote that Shoney's should absolutely be the beginning and the end of any journey.
Absolutely.
I learned that Cardi B smells John Waters' farts.
I wrote what? Oh God, let me read this here. Ben decaying corpse of her husband up in her pussy. Reese.
The fuck?
Remember the fish?
The anglerfish, I get it, but that's such a okay.
Why is that associated with him?
That's what he said.
I know.
He said she's gonna decay the decaying corpse of her husband.
It's a horrible
and you know what? That's how I'm gonna go out.
It's as good a way as any.
Bury me in my wife's uterus.
Wow.
Oh God.
That's the original Viking funeral.
That's
It's
incredible.
what she would want. Right, Aubrey?
That's right.
Yeah. Oh God. That's so
also,
funny.
sorry, Aubrey.
Bury me in my wife's uterus.
Bury me with my money.
Isn't that a song from the '60s? Bury me. I'm sorry.
I guess it is.
It is now.
A story by Sigmund Freud.
Well, there's no better way to end it, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Isn't there?
So
I don't
Sure,
know.
all right.
We'll just say that that's good enough.
So we hope you're all safe and healthy in these difficult times, and we also hope that at the same time you spend your money on our brand.
Yeah.
Because that's
My brand.
Capitalism has to keep chugging on. So be safe, be healthy, give us your money.
Yes.
And we will see you next time when it will be Dave's episode.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, well. Oh, shit.
And in the meantime, stay the fuck away from the ocean.
Stay away from the ocean. Stay away from each other. Don't die.
Don't die. Please don't die.
Lock yourself in your house and play World of Warcraft. It worked for me for like 5-6 years.
All right. Well, then, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Good night. Ding, 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 ding.